by the man with the mojo. My 8th subscriber, yeah, I'm a bagoso. Jump in them sinkies and dump them mimosos. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Hernando de Soto. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Got to my attention by the man with the mojo. My 8th subscriber, yeah, I'm a bagoso. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Are you having a good day? I'm having a good day. I'm just checking my levels and everything. Oh, there's Ava. Ava's here today instead of Zena. There she is. Oh, what did I do? Oh, now she's posing for the camera. Welcome, everybody. Have I got a great show for you today? And I see, was it person? Somebody asking. Oh, yeah, person in the chat. Before I even start, is this going to be a bitch and moan about Disney stream? No, this is a crime stream. And I talk about law stuff and crime stuff. So maybe a little bit. not a lot, I promise. It's all relevant. It's all relevant. You know, people died. We got to talk about it. But thank you all for coming. And Paracord Princess, it is my birthday. So happy birthday to me. I joke about how elderly I am, but I actually am elderly. Well, tomorrow's actually my birthday, but I am elderly now. I can officially be called elderly. So, when they talk about the olds, they're talking about me. Thank you very much, Erica, for the $5 super chat right off the bat. I appreciate it. And I think what I'm going to do for today's stream, I have a couple of stories, like short stories lined up that I'm going to get through. And then I have a couple of longer body cam streams because I kind of enjoy, reacting to those. 2 different ones that people sent me. I think my husband sent me one, and then Kafar actually sent me the other one. So I'm going to live react to those towards the end. But I'll put the link in the chat. So if anybody wants to jump up, since it is a birthday party, let me get Zena in her place so I can give her the super chat treats. As you guys know, on this channel, when you donate, when you support the channel in any way, the dogs get a milk bone. Zena, get your spot. Go. You're on. It's your cue. There's the star of the show. There she is. That's what everybody wants to see is Zena. Here goes Zena. And of course, one for Ava too. Ava's here because my husband is next door with the neighbors right now. I don't know when he'll be back, but I'm sure we'll know because the dogs will bark as soon as the door opens, because that's just how it is around here. Welcome, everybody. Okay, let's get down to it. First story. So last week we talked about a dude, Eric Rudolph, who escaped into the mountains of North Carolina, and nobody found him for 5 years. 5 years this man lived in the forest. No matter what you think of the guy, he did, kill some people and blow some stuff up and all that, yada, whatever. But you have to respect a guy that can live in the forest for 5 years, right? So this week I came across this story. Another dude flees into the woods of North Carolina. Let's see how this one ends.
Where we are well into day 2 of that ongoing search.
Oh no, don't.
In Orange County, a convicted child killer remains on the run. Local, state, and federal officials now joining the manhunt for the escapee, who's being described as extremely dangerous. This is the man authorities are looking for. This is 30-year-old
What is
Ramon
happening
Austin. He's been on the run since early Tuesday morning after escaping from UNC Hospital in Hillsborough.
I think I have to close Rumble.
Officials say they have combed through at least 680 acres so far. The FBI now adding $10,000, increasing that reward to $35,000 for the capture of Alston. Cindy Bay is following the latest developments for us this afternoon. Cindy, what's the latest?
Hey guys, well, we've been watching authorities actively search on the ground here as well, going door to door in this neighborhood on Walter Clark Drive, just showing people a flyer, asking them more to just find out if they could find out more about Ramon Alston. They currently have no concrete leads at this time, but this is all part of a massive search that has been going on since yesterday that involves K9 and a helicopter to find Alston, who they say ran to the woods yesterday after he was getting removed from the transport van for a doctor's appointment at UNC Hillsborough Hospital. Officials say they searched 580 acres yesterday, including a 1 to 2 mile radius around the hospital facility near neighborhood.
I have a feeling he's not going to last in the forest for 5 years like Eric Rudolph did. Thank you very much for the birthday super chat, Stephen. You don't have to do that. I've told you that before, but I do appreciate it. So thank you very much. You're literally one of my best friends. So thank you. And we'll give the dog, of course, this is what you guys want to see. So here's for Zena. Oh, did you see Ava try to steal it midair? She's still kind of a terrorist. I was getting to the feeling like she had grown out of it, but she just tried to steal that midair. She's still a little bit of a terrorist.
Around Waterstone, and Orange County Emergency Services Kirby Saunders told us this morning about their strategy today.
Today's effort is to research those areas along those canine tracks to look for any what we call clues. So any signs that Mr. Alston may have been there, any footprints, any discarded remains, handcuffs, a tie, or anything that we can find that would confirm a direction of travel and how he may have evaded capture.
And so as you're looking at the investigators that we've also seen just walk around this neighborhood, we're continuing to follow the latest, just keeping a close eye on them as officials comb through those areas as mentioned again, and we'll give you the latest in the next half hour. Amber and Joel.
All right. Cindy, they are searching with the assist of canines. They have helicopters, and now they're going door to door, just asking everyone to be on the lookout for maybe any footprints or just anything that the community might see as well.
And a big reward out there for anything that leads to his arrest. Cindy Bay covering it for us from Orange County. Cindy, thank you.
So if you recall correctly, Eric Rudolph actually set up like caches of food and supplies and stuff like that in the woods. There's a reason he lasted in the woods for 5 years. I also know he had at least one person helping him. Personally, I think probably more. But this guy just escaped mid doctor's visit, I guess, or he was, getting transported from the prison to the hospital. And, cops really need to do their jobs, man. How do you let one how does the guy just walk away from a transport van? Seriously. They did end up catching him a couple of days later. But I was thinking, if you just walked into the woods and they said he had gotten his leg restraints off, or he'd gotten his handcuffs out. He still had some sort of restraints on, but not both. But if you just walked into the woods, if I just walked into the woods today, and answer in the chat too, if you just walked into the woods today with just whatever you have on you, no supplies, no backpack, no water. Although where he walked into the woods, there's clean drinking water. There's lots of little springs and stuff. If you know what to look for, that is, I kind of know what to look for. So there's ways to survive. There's lots of edible stuff that grows in the summertime. So now, but tell me, how long would you last in the woods just if you walked in there?
Morning, the convicted killer who escaped prison guards taking him to the hospital captured overnight after 2 days on the run. Faith Abube joined us with the details. Good morning, Faith.
Good morning to you, Michael. That escaped murderer was apparently checking in and out of hotel rooms with the woman as authorities spent days looking for him.
This morning, escaped murderer Ramon Alston back in custody after an operation involving the FBI, state and local police. Alston ran out of a police transport vehicle Tuesday morning, still wearing his handcuffs and waist chain, on the way to a medical appointment. He was captured shortly before 2 o'clock this morning inside his room at this hotel in Kannapolis, North Carolina. just outside of Charlotte. Austin checked into the hotel Wednesday with a female companion.
I didn't watch this news story yet. I just knew that he had been captured. He didn't spend any time in the woods. He didn't even, I don't even know if he made it one night out there. That's funny.
Hotel employees spotted him wearing a t-shirt.
I mean, okay, so if you just walked into a microtel right now with just what you have on you, how long could you last in a microtel? I'm thinking about maybe 6 to 8 hours for me. And then I'd have to go.
and jeans.
My shift was from 3 to 11, and I seen him a few times and, just nodded, said hello, and, they probably came, asked a couple of questions or something like towels or something like that, but I didn't have any red flags or anything like that.
Austin and the woman checked out the next day. Shortly after his arrest, Austin's female acquaintance, Jacobia Crisp, also arrested and now charged with felony aiding and abetting a fugitive. The escaped killer terrified the community here for days as law enforcement scoured over 1,300 acres looking for him. He was serving a life sentence for killing 1-year-old Malia Williams in a random shooting in 2015.
And Austin is also facing additional charges because of the escape. He's now being transferred to a high security prison to serve out his life sentence. Lindsay?
I'm sure many relieved.
Why don't we punish people to death who kill children is my question. Why does he have a life sentence? I mean, it's good that he has a life sentence, hopefully without parole. Who knows? Personally, I think he should be punished to death, but that's just me. All right, next up. Have you guys seen this video of this Arkansas police officer beating the handcuff guy in the back of the patrol car? He was fired, thank goodness. I have the video pulled up next, but let's read the article first. An Arkansas police officer has been fired after he was caught on video beating a handcuffed inmate in the back of his patrol car. And the police chief says he will refer the case to the prosecutors. Jonesboro Police Chief Rick Elliott fired Officer Joseph Harris on Friday, the day after Harris was caught on his patrol car video punching, elbowing, and slamming the car door on an inmate being transferred from the local hospital back to county jail. When they say they'd slam the car door, they slammed the car door on this guy's head when he appeared to be unconscious. It truly is an awful video. Like, honestly. Elliott reviewed the video after receiving a complaint from the county sheriff's office about the incident. The department also posted the video on its YouTube page and announced the officer's firing. I think it's very interesting that these days these local police departments are using social media, YouTube in this case. A lot of times it's Facebook. I know my local police department, I follow them on Instagram and I hear, updates if something's going on in the area. Usually around here, nothing's going on. It's like, the road is closed because there's a water main break or something like that. It's nothing serious. Like the dude escaping from prison. But if somebody did escape from a transport van around here, I would find out about it from Instagram, which is odd to me. But okay, so they posted the video on the YouTube page. I was just shocked and appalled by Harris's actions, Elliott told the Associated Press on Monday. Based on that conduct, I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to put up with it, and immediately terminated him. A phone number was not listed for Harris, who had worked for the department for the past 5 years. Billy Coram, the inmate in the back of the patrol car, is wearing a hospital gown and choked himself with a seatbelt, wrapped his neck as the car was moving. The roughly 12-minute video, in the roughly 12-minute video, after the car pulls over, Harris opens the door, punches and elbows Coram several times in the face as he unwinds the belt. I'm not doing the whole 12-minute video, but I do have a portion of it here. Because the whole 12-minute video, this is the important part.
An Arkansas police officer has been fired after being caught on video beating a handcuffed inmate in the back of his patrol car. Jonesboro police officer Joseph Harris was fired after he was caught on his patrol car video punching, elbowing, and slamming the car door on an inmate being transported from a local hospital back to the county jail. Billy Lee Corum, the inmate in the back of the patrol car, had wrapped his seatbelt around his neck while being transported when Harris pulled over his car and punched Corum several times as he unwinds the belt. Jonesboro Police Chief Rick Elliott said he did not know what injuries Corum suffered from the beating.
So this thing the cop is rubbing on his chest, I thought it was like to restart his heart or something, but I showed this video to Mr. Zed and he said that that's kind of like a stun gun thing. I don't know if it's a medical. Let me know if you know in the chat, right? There's two things here that I want to point out. The guy was trying to hang himself in the back of the police car. And obviously there's other ways to go about it, but I think he was just trying to get the seatbelt off of the guy's neck. I don't think I'm sticking up for this guy, but also I didn't know that he was trying to hang himself in the back of the police car when it happened. Like, I could see a couple of compliance things happening here, but it went obviously way overboard when he was like elbowing him and stuff like that. So,
but said he immediately fired Harris and would refer the case to prosecutors. Corum was held at the Craighead County Jail on Monday on escape charges and was wanted on warrants from out of state. The police chief had reviewed the video after receiving a complaint from the county sheriff's office about the incident. The Associated Press could not reach Officer Harris for comment on this incident.
Yikes. Did you guys answer the poll in my chat? A couple more stories and then we'll get to that. First, I want to talk about female Secret Service agents. They're at it again, guys. The female Secret Service agents are at it again. So let me set this one up. This is good. Number 2 says that it's a sternum stimulator to wake people up. Okay, that's what I thought too. So when somebody passes out, they have something to like wake them up, like get their heart started. That's what it looked like to me, but I wasn't sure. Okay, so you guys know how I love female cops of all sorts. They're at it again. They're at they're in Pittsfield, I think Massachusetts. Where is Pittsfield? Let's see.
Is making national headlines.
Does it say? Maybe it'll tell us in the news story. So they're in Pittsfield and Kamala Harris is having an event. Have you guys heard about this yet? And apparently it was a long day for these lady Secret Service agents. So they needed to use the restroom, which, by the way, I'm not saying that Secret Service agents or anybody for that matter shouldn't have a bathroom break, but they should not find a bathroom by unlawfully violating this business's Fourth Amendment and just breaking into their place and then like stealing mints, I guess. Let's watch the story.
Headlines. The video captures the mysterious moments a hair salon was broken into in Pittsfield. It happened last month in the hours just before a fundraiser for Vice President Kamala Harris's visit to the Colonial Theater, which is right next to that hair salon. Something else also captured on video, a Secret Service agent on the salon's back porch covering up the camera lens. Dan Levy went to the Berkshires today to find out.
That's what makes it shady. This Secret Service agent gets up on a chair and puts tape over the security camera. So she knows she's not supposed to be breaking into a salon. Also, can they just not ask one of the businesses in the area, even if they're planning on being closed, like contact them ahead of time and say, hey, we're going to have a lot of cops and Secret Service and federal agents here. Can we pay you to have your doors open for us to use your restroom? No problem with that. No problem at all. No, instead, this is what happens.
Out what happened and why. He joins us live right now from Pittsfield. Dan, good afternoon.
Sabrina, good afternoon. First, I want to show people the close proximity of the Colonial Theater to the salon where the break-in took place. The large brick wall, that is the back of the Colonial Theater. On the other side is downtown Pittsfield. That would be North Street. And this is the back parking lot I'm standing in. And this is the 413 salon right behind it. And right now, I'm standing on the porch, the back porch where this break-in took place. On the back porch of the 413 Salon, Saturday morning, July 27th, a United States Secret Service agent who was part of Vice President Kamala Harris's security detail is seen. The salon was closed for the day as crowds gathered at the Colonial Theater to hear the vice president speak. At one point, the agent is seen pulling up a chair, climbing on top, and then placing a piece of tape over the lens. The Secret Service confirms that information. The owner of the shop, who arrived later in the day, told our media partners at the Berkshire Eagle that when she got there, it looked like the lock on the back door had been picked. She then checked the interior surveillance camera and spotted two women in uniform roaming around inside, apparently there to use the restrooms, but then they helped themselves to the mints in the candy bowl on the way out. A source tells me the intruders were local first responders and not Secret Service agents. Meanwhile, a Secret Service spokesperson told me by phone today that yes, the individual placing the tape over the camera was a Secret Service agent, but she never entered the salon to use the restroom.
Baloney is what I have to say about that. Baloney. She never entered the salon. Come on now.
And she did not.
Why would she put the tape over and like by the back door and then the lock is picked? Come on now.
Instruct anyone to use the restroom. And even though the Secret Service insists their personnel was not involved in any way in this break-in, they have acknowledged that they're picking up the tab for the alarm system cost and for any cleanup that was required in the restroom. Coming up all new at 5 o'clock. How legal is it for Secret Service agents to enter private property without permission? We'll examine that issue coming up. We're live in Pittsfield with coverage you can trust.
It's completely illegal for her to go in there or for her to open the door or whatever. Thank you very much, Greg. I appreciate the super chat, and the puppies do look like they need a treat. And it's my birthday, so I appreciate a super chat on my birthday. I'll tell you that much. Because I feel really old and I get very sad when I feel old. So, $2 helps. Here you go, Ava. Oh, you missed. I can't believe Ava missed. She never misses. Here's Zena. There's Zena. You got to get back in your spot. Get in your spot. Get in your spot. Get in your spot. There you go. I appreciate it. If I can stop running over the tripod with my chair, that would be great. That would be wonderful. What do you guys think of these female super secret service agents? You think we should get more of them? You think we need more female Secret Service? At least in this case, as opposed to the last time I talked about female Secret Service agents, they might compare in size to the person they're trying to protect, but that image of those females trying to put their body in between Trump, who's, I don't know, 6 foot whatever, and this 5 foot tall woman trying to block bullets from a man who's towering over her just seemed ridiculous to me. Like, at least have somebody of a similar size or proportions. Like, at least if this one is protecting Kamala, maybe, I don't know. I don't trust him. I just don't trust him. I kind of wish Ervil was here because he sent me this next story. And he sent me this next story because the man's name, the criminal's name, is very fun to say. His name's Pittapong. Pittapong. I just want to keep saying it. Pittapong, Pittapong.
Now at 10, topping our news at this hour, a murder trial now underway in Biloxi for a man accused of killing his roommate 2 years ago. Mackenzie Martin joins us in the studio with more from day one.
Pittapong Daybunga is charged with first-degree.
Pittapong Daybunga. Pittapong Daybunga. He's in trial right now. I might do a deep dive just so I can say his name over and over and over again. Pittapong Daybunga.
Murder and tampering with evidence in the death of Jamie Boggs. We want to warn you, some of the images shown in court today were graphic. A Biloxi police officer testifying that he found Boggs wrapped in blankets behind the bedroom door when they responded to a welfare check in February 2022. The officer said once they unwrapped a portion of the blankets that Boggs was in, they found her with gashes on her neck. Prosecutors say she had been beaten, stabbed, strangled, and had bite marks on her face. A witness from the Biloxi VA also testified that Dambunga went to the VA the night of the murder with injuries on his right hand and said they were from self-defense. The witness described his interaction that night with Dambunga as sinister. Dambunga only looking up when he mentioned killing Boggs. Prosecutors say camera footage at a laundromat shows Dambunga during the 5-hour window between when the murder allegedly happened and the time he showed up to the VA. Testimony continues Wednesday morning in Biloxi.
Like, he just has a guilty looking face. I'm pretty sure he did it.
Mr. Smith, are you ready to proceed?
Oop.
Yes,
Oop. Nope, not that one. All right. For all you Disney fans out there, I need to check the let's share this one instead. I don't see the poll in this chat over here, so I want to pull it up and see where you guys are at with Disney Plus. Parson, I'm sorry. I know you don't want to poop on Disney stream, but we're going to have to do it a little bit right now. I'm going to set it up for you guys, but I want to hold on. Let me check this poll first. Any second now, it's going to come up. I had everything open and ready. However, I closed everything because my computer's being silly, being super slow, as usual. So, it says here, oh, I'm in the wrong account. That's the problem there. I got to go to my own channel. This is very entertaining content, isn't it? Oh, there it is. So 43%. Okay, this makes me feel a little better. When I looked at it before, it was 100% of you had Disney Plus, right? Right now, 57% of you do not have Disney Plus, and 43% of you do. Now, the reason I bring this up is because a story just came out about Disney. And so what happened was this family is in Disney or in Florida, and they decide to go out to dinner. And they look on Disney, so they go to Disney.com. They want to go to Disney Springs. So they go to Disney.com and look for a restaurant that can accommodate them because the wife has a severe nut and dairy allergy. They find on the Disney website a restaurant that's advertising, like I said, linked through the Disney.com website, this Raglan Road Irish pub restaurant, and it's advertised. It's not there now because this happened a couple of years ago, but on the website it advertised that they can accommodate food allergies. So they do all of their due diligence. They found it online ahead of time. They go to the restaurant. They explain to the wait staff, my wife has a severe nut and dairy allergy. So we looked at all the ingredients listed on the menu and we're going to order this, but we want to make sure that the chef knows not to cross-contaminate, because sometimes even if food ingredient is not listed or it's not going to be in your meal, they're using the same countertops and stuff like that, right, to prepare the food. So they want to make sure you please clean the surfaces before you prepare food. Make sure there's no nuts or dairy in anything you bring to the table. Severe allergy. So they talk to the chef, they talk to the restaurant, they check the website. They should be good to go, right? Nope, not at all. This woman, who is a doctor, by the way, ends up passing away because she has a severe food allergy from eating at this restaurant, which, by the way, looks really good. I looked at their menu and I might just be hungry, but it looks really good. It's like an Irish pub, reasonably priced for Disney, the usual. Now, keep in mind, Disney Springs is a Disney property. However, it's not inside one of the parks. It's like anybody, you don't have to buy a ticket to Disney to go to one of these restaurants. I've never been to Disney Springs. I haven't been to Disney World in many years. Probably, have I been there? I've been there with my husband, so it's been within the last 17 years, but maybe 15 years ago or something. I don't know. But they go, wife dies. They decide, the husband now says, well, I'm going to sue Disney. What he sues Disney for, I can't believe it, but he only sued them for $50,000 for the cost of, transporting her body back to where they live. I think they're from New York or something like that. The news story will maybe tell us. But they had to get her body home. They had to do funeral expenses and unearned income for not even like she's a doctor. So $50,000 isn't covering much if she's a doctor, right? Disney, instead of just saying, I'm sorry I killed your wife, says to this man, you can't sue us because when you signed up for a trial of Disney Plus in 2019, he didn't even sign up for the full service. They had some sort of special where you could get a week-long trial for free. So he signed up for the trial, and there's an arbitration clause in the terms of service. Let me know in the chat if you ever read terms of services, except for when, like, I've read them before, but just because I worked for a startup one time where I was writing terms of services for a website. So I read them and wrote them then. But unless I was working or doing research or something like that, I've never read the full terms of services when clicking on the agree button. Probably ever. I know you should, right? But this arbitration clause in the Disney Plus trial says that you can't sue us. We have to settle everything in arbitration. Let's play the story. It's making me mad just thinking about it. Like, so you can, I could understand if it was like, the terms of services should not cover, and I'm hoping the judge throws it out because this sets a horrible precedent. But if a company, I want to use the correct words. What are the words I'm searching for? If they're so egregiously, I'll play the story. I'll think of words. I will think of words in just a second.
Well, those terms and conditions many of us agree to without even.
Maybe we won't hear the story.
Even reading them, Disney is trying to use them to fend off a wrongful.
Holy cannoli.
Death lawsuit. A man in New York is suing the company after his wife suffered a deadly.
It's $50,000 too. It's
allergic reaction at a restaurant at Disney World. But Disney.
I'm so mad at my computer right now. Let me.
For its part, is saying he cannot sue because he agreed to arbitrate.
This is very frustrating what's happening right now. Negligent. That's the word I was looking for. If a company is negligent, they can't sign away the company was so negligent that none of anything you sign should even matter, is what I was trying to say a minute ago.
Disputes with the company when he signed up for a trial of Disney Plus in 2019. Joining me now is Amy Feldman. She's a lawyer and author. Amy, it's good to see you again. So first off, anyone listening to this might say, what on earth does Disney?
Well, I'm glad I told you the whole story because apparently
Plus
this video
has to do with this, a restaurant that was at Disney World. And what does it mean exactly to arbitrate a dispute?
Yeah, so that's a very good question, Ziegler. First of all, most people don't know what binding arbitration is or what the problem is when they sign up for those terms and conditions, which, as you said, most people don't even read. Binding arbitration means that if you have a dispute with the other party, you don't get a trial by jury. You don't get to speak before your peers about why they owe you money. Instead, you have to go with a neutral arbitrator, and it's binding. So if you don't like what the arbitrator has to say, you don't have the opportunity to appeal it.
And Amy, we should note that the plaintiff's lawyers say that Disney's claim is, quote, so outrageously unreasonable and unfair as to shock the judicial conscience. Meanwhile, Disney issued a statement saying, quote, we are deeply saddened by the family's loss and understand their grief.
If you were deeply saddened by this family's loss, you would have cut them a check for $50,000 immediately and not even let it get to this point. $50,000 is such a small amount to a company like Disney. I believe that the reason that they're doing this, like all of these lawyers are doing this, is because they want to set the precedent. So if their ride malfunctions, but you bought a park ticket and you click the button that's in their terms of service when buying a ticket to the Magic Kingdom, and they don't do, they're so negligent that they do no service on their roller coaster for years and years and years, you can't sue them because $50,000 means nothing to these people.
Given that this restaurant is neither owned nor operated by Disney, we are merely defending ourselves against the plaintiff's attorney's attempt to include us in their lawsuit against the restaurant. It's a lot of back and forth, but Amy, all of us interact with products from big corporations every single day if we're on our phone, our computer. So if Disney's argument does hold up here, what does it mean for the average consumer?
It means they should be terrified, is what it means, right? Because a reasonable person would not think, because I've signed up for a trial subscription to Disney Plus, that I don't have the right to sue for an injury that happens on a Disney property. Think of all of the various multinational corporations that have tons of affiliates. Do you ever think when you sign up for a website for one product, which you haven't read the terms or conditions, that you lose the right to sue any other product that company has anything to do with in perpetuity? It's terrifying. Yeah. And it is, the lawyer is correct that it's a very surprising and quite frankly unconscionable view to say you never get the right to sue.
Yeah, I mean, to that end, I want to make sure we hit this. If these terms and conditions are viewed as binding contracts, right, the things that we sign or check every day, can regular people actually try to negotiate and get them changed?
You know, there have been a lot of arguments, sometimes against credit card companies, sometimes against other companies, where they said, but I didn't read it, but I didn't understand, but I didn't know. And for the most part, these binding arbitration clauses have been upheld only in cases where within those terms of use, the company has not made it clear. There was a case where the company didn't make it clear or didn't clearly explain what is binding arbitration and what are you giving up that the company lost. But you do need to be very mindful of what else this is going to prevent you from doing. If you see something that says, and its affiliates, you have binding arbitration against.
The other thing, and its affiliates. Do you have any idea how many companies or how many things are owned by Disney? This means that do you remember that kid, Nick Sandman, who the news smeared him a few years ago, and he sued ABC because they really did him dirty and it caused him a lot of grief, and he ended up winning that lawsuit. But if he had bought a ticket to Disneyland or Disney World before that, then is he bound? Can ABC News just smear whoever they want because they're owned by Disney? Can they just do whatever they want now? That's what this lawsuit is saying. And Parson, I could for years I've been calling you Parsons. His name is Parson, not Parsons. Is asking if Disney doesn't own the restaurant, why did they sue Disney? And the reason is the restaurant is at Disney Springs, which is a Disney property, which is advertised on the Disney website. Just because they don't own the restaurant, Disney can have all these different stores and stuff at Disney Springs, but they're still the landlord and it still happened on their property. And this family was directed there from Disney.com. So that's why. That's why.
This company and its affiliates, figure out who that is, and then decide whether you really want to go on this website or if you're concerned about the rights you will lose.
Really good point to end on. Amy Feldman, always appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Amy Feldman. That woman looked very familiar for some reason, and I realized what it is. Her hairstyle looked almost exactly like my mom's hair did when I was growing up. Like the color and the style and everything. I'm like, who does that person reminds me of somebody. Who does that person reminds me of? My mom. Yo mama, who's probably in the chat right now. Say hi to my mom, guys. Thank you for the super chat, Ron. It is my birthday. It is. And Ava left, but Zena's still here. Hey, Zena, do you want a cookie from Ron? Do you want it? Here you go. Ready? I appreciate it. And Zena appreciates it. So apparently people are just shooting at military bases and nothing's happening. Like, we have no more information, but this happened yesterday. I was actually on stream when I found out about it with the Frauditor Comedy show yesterday, and somebody mentioned it and I had no idea. And I'm like, I got to go look into this.
Military officials are investigating a shooting near the San Antonio Lackland Air.
This is painful.
Air Force Base. San Antonio police say a car drove by the main entry gate around 2 this morning and began shooting towards the gate. They say around 4:30, the suspect began shooting again, and that led a service member to return fire. They say the car drove off, and at this time they have no arrests, no injuries were reported. This is being considered an off-base shooting incident since it happened near the entry gate, which is about 3 miles from the actual base.
Crazy. They have no idea who did it or what happened. No idea. I was thinking about it, like, how does that even happen? I've been on a number of military bases, but never an Air Force base. And then I started thinking, I work very near to an Air Force base here in the Atlanta metro area. And thinking about that, I drive past it from time to time. And I could see how that could happen. It's not in a great neighborhood, right? And it's a main road. So if they just did like they did a drive-by on an Air Force base. Just a drive-by on an Air Force base. Let's go to... Okay, this one. I have one more story and then we'll get to some body cam videos. If anybody wants to pop up here, feel free. I'll put it in the chat again. And yeah, like Erica says, don't forget to hit the like button, please. Pretty please and thank you. If for nothing else than to stroke my ego. I appreciate it. Man tells pregnant wife she didn't even deserve his child after he beat her for not giving up her passcodes. Cops in Michigan arrested a man. He looks like a nice fellow. Cops in Michigan arrested a man after he allegedly put his pregnant wife through proverbial hell by torturing her and holding her against her will because she refused to give him her passcodes. Ali Abudakar? How do you pronounce that? I don't know. Hopefully there's a news story. Oh, I have the court case pulled up too, so we'll watch that. Ali is facing charges of domestic violence, torture, and unlawful imprisonment in Wayne County. Prosecutors said during a Thursday arraignment. Judge, I just got to say this. In hundreds, if not thousands of cases before this, these set of allegation are some of the worst. The prosecutor, Steve Vincent, said, later adding, the defendant unleashes proverbial hell against this gal. Let's go to the video.
What is your name? State your name at the DDC. What is your name? Thank you. All right, counsel. Mr. Would you pronounce the name again for me? Either defendant or counsel, please. The last name. Counsel, the last name.
For the defendants, Abu Khudr.
Abu Khudr.
Abu Khudr is how you pronounce that. Abu Khudr. Ali Abu Khudr. That's almost as fun as that other one.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Abu Khudr has two cases in front of me. Any objection to my calling them together?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. We have case number 240-586-9501 and case number 240-586-9601. Both people versus Ali Abu Khudr. The first case I read is a DV combined with GBH, and the second case contains charges of torture, women, unlawful imprisonment. Appearances, please, from the people.
On both cases for the people, Steve Vincent, P71917.
And good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to everybody here. Hassan Hamadi, P77565. On behalf, Ali.
I hate this guy's wall. It is so disorienting. And the other guy had the same thing. Like, what is with this? What's these walls going on behind them? It's very disorienting, and I don't like it. I like everything to be straight and symmetrical. Hold on, guys. We have to take a slight break, and then we'll get back to Ali Abu Khudr and him putting his wife through torture, which is crazy. Where's did my mouse just die? That's not good. I might need batteries. Oh my gosh, we're just completely stalled right now because my mouse is not working. Hold on, I have another mouse. Oh no, where's the dongle? I got it. Let me put my laptop mouse here. I'm fixing it. I would put music on for you guys. However, I don't have a mouse. Turn it on. Okay. Sorry. Slight break. I have mouse abilities again. Waffle Salter, so good to see you. Thank you very much for the super chat. I'm going to read this one. F Disney and their groomers BS. P.S. Happy birthday, Katie said. 25. That's very generous. No, I'm not 20. I'm not 25. I'm elderly. Ava heard the snack bowl and she is like ready. She is ready. Thank you very much, Waffle Salter. You're the best. I appreciate your support a lot. And Ava and Xena, of course, appreciate it. And actually, I'm going to get them big milk bones. We're not doing these mini milk bones. We have these milk bones that are from Yo Mama. They're almost out. I'm going to need to get more. Here we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're the best. I love you guys. You guys make me so happy. Just being here and hanging out. I was telling Mr. Zed earlier today that sometimes, not always, but sometimes, like getting ready for the stream and thinking about, on a Sunday afternoon, you're sitting on your sofa watching junk TV. And we were doing that today. And we were watching YouTube on the living room TV. And I'm like, oh, I got to go set up the stream and get everything ready. And I kind of didn't want to do it. It was just kind of a relaxing Sunday afternoon. And I was telling him, you know what? It kind of sometimes is daunting. But the minute I hit the live button and I'm hanging out with people in the chat and you guys are here and I'm here and I'm telling you about stuff that I'm passionate about, I love it. The minute I hit the live button, I love it every single time. So thank you all. I really appreciate it. Let's get back to this a-hole, Ali Abakuder. And this is a 13-minute video. The end of it is boring, like legal stuff, but I want to play at least the part where they describe what he did to this woman, which is insane to me.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to everybody here. Hassan Hamadi, P77565. On behalf Ali Abu Huder, for purposes of arraignment, waive the formal reading and stand mute.
Thank you, counsel. The court notes formal reading has been waived as to both files. Enters a not guilty plea on defendant's behalf as to both files. And I will hear arguments as to bond. Mr. Vincent, you can tell me whether or not you'd like to make the arguments one at a time or at the same time.
Judge, they're going to be chronological. I guess just make them at the same time because one leads into the other. Regarding 601 with the offense date of July 14th of 2024, we're going to be asking for $1 million cash bond. We're also going to be asking for tether house arrest. Regarding the case number ending in 9501 with an offense date of 7/21 of 2024, we're going to be asking for $100,000 cash, tether, house arrest. Now, Judge, regarding the incident date of the 7/14/24 with the last four numbers of the case 9601, Judge, I got to say this, in the hundreds, if not thousands of cases before this court, these set of allegations are some of the worst. Over not giving the defendant husband passcodes, the complaining witness allegedly ends up getting beat. The defendant unleashes proverbial hell against this gal. Over an 18-hour period from what I saw in the investigator's report, and from 7/14 to 7/15, the defendant literally tortured this complaining witness, who allegedly is his wife. She's 22, he's 41 years old. He struck her multiple times. He strangled her to the point of unconsciousness multiple times. He beat her with a belt repeatedly. He dragged her upstairs, having her head hit every single stair as he dragged her up those stairs. He grabbed.
Are you guys hearing this? Are you hearing what he did to this woman? And he wants to go home to be on house arrest. Where the heck is she supposed to go?
Grabbed her and he threw her. At the time of this alleged assault, she was pregnant. As a result of all of the hitting, grabbing, strangling, pushing, throwing, she started to bleed vaginal. Apparently, the defendant ended up, once he saw this, ended up telling the complaining witness that she didn't even deserve his child.
Oh yeah, she's pregnant too, by the way. So she's going through all of this, well pregnant with his child. This guy does not deserve bond, even if it is $1 million.
Judge, 18 hours later, apparently the complaining witness somehow figured out a way to contact her mom, and the mom ended up contacting the police. The police ended up making a report. They ended up taking pictures. And defense counsel, I apologize. I didn't know you were on this case. I ended up forwarding the pictures in the file to the magistrate as well as House Defense Counsel. I can forward those to you as well if you want to give me your email address. But I thought they were part and parcel and very pertinent to this case. So with that being said, Judge, we have the report that was made. And then approximately 6 days later, in an attempt, this complaining witness trying to leave the residence, trying to leave for all intent and purposes, this defendant didn't appreciate the fact that she wanted to end this relationship. So while she's attempting to leave, he strangles her. And that's how we.
Totally insane. I want to leave you because you're abusing me. But instead, he almost killed her. He almost killed her. By the way, hello, dude. The dude. I appreciate you being here. I haven't seen you in a while. I love that you show up for my birthday stream too. You're always here for a party. every time there's a party going, like the dude. I'm sure you guys have seen him on my gaming, like my game streams or whatever. He is anytime I have a party, he's invited, by the way. Anytime. He's the party guy. You're here for my birthday party.
The GBH and DV on the second case, Judge. She ends up going to a neighbor's house, the closest neighbor's house, and calls 911. Respectfully, Judge, this is highly assaultive. We feel this defendant is clearly a danger, at the very least, to this complaining witness who was pregnant at the time of this assault. So respectfully, I hope we've justified our request, the $1 million for the 9601 and the 100,000 for the GBH and DV.
Right. Thank you. To defense counsel, if you'd like Mr. Vincent to forward the photographs to you, please provide an email address and he can do that, because I can tell you they are likely to be relevant to my bond determination.
Well, Your Honor, I don't think it's necessary at this point.
Okay.
But I will tell the court, I do have a little bit of background, right? Mr. Abu Khudr was born in 1982. He has no criminal record. Never had any assaultive crimes that he's been convicted of. After the alleged incident dates, the parties resided together.
So let him out because he's never done it. This is the first time he almost beat somebody to death, dragged them up the stairs, hitting her head on every single stair, causing a miscarriage. This is the first time he's done this, Judge. He's a good boy. He didn't do nothing.
After both dates, my client's never been contacted by the police, never been interviewed by a detective. Defendant's an entrepreneur, has strong ties to the community.
I bet.
He owns an accounting department, does very well for himself. He's a long life resident of Michigan, city of Dearborn, and lives in Redford. We understand that the allegations and charges are serious, obviously. I appreciate the narrative by the prosecuting attorney, but again, these are just allegations at this point, right? So as
Waffle Salter just came in here like Oprah and said, you get a membership and you get a membership and you get a membership. Everybody in here gets a membership. Thank you so much, Waffle Salter. I appreciate you more than you could ever know. I appreciate you.
As gruesome as a case may look or may sound, that's just a narrative. I will tell you, if he was a danger to the community or this type of individual, you would see a long history of this, which he does not have. I will also tell you, which I think is very relevant, that this alleged victim signed 2 affidavits with the Detroit Police Department that I have copies of, and I'm sure the prosecuting attorney has copies of, where she did not wish to proceed on this case, that was signed on August 4th. They did not charge my client till yesterday. So as the narrative sounds very gruesome and disturbing, even to me.
He threatened her enough to get her to not want to press charges. This woman is not pressing charges because she wasn't assaulted, because there's evidence. I mean, there's physical proof of this crime. She's not pressing charges because she's terrified of this guy and this guy's friends and relatives and business contacts and whoever else threatening her. That's what's happening here. She's terrified. She's young. She was pregnant. And I don't even know how to put this in words. Women who are in a situation like this, the only reason they don't press charges is because they're scared of the repercussions. That's why. Not because he didn't do it.
I didn't read the police report. I don't know exactly what's going on per se, but what I will tell the court is that is telling of an alleged victim who signs an affidavit to the Detroit Police Department who is not going to be cooperative in this case. So
I believe she lost the baby, but I'm not positive on that, so don't quote me on that. But I'm going to follow this case for sure. But I believe she lost the child.
So I disagree with $1 million bond, as it should be reasonable. I don't think keeping him away from her is a difficulty by putting a GPS tether. He does not need to have $1 million bond in order to do that. If it's for the safety of this alleged victim, then we can make that happen. We've had CSC first degree cases that weren't $1 million cash bonds. I've had assault with the intent to murder cases that were not $1 million bond. So I would ask the court that the bond is, I mean, even if the court wanted some cash bond to make sure he's hired counsel, he's ready to proceed with this case and is going to fight this case. And I will tell the court, I think 100,000, 10% bond with a GPS tether is fine. He can live with his mother because I believe the alleged victim still resides at his home in the city of Redford. So unless she's going to move out, which I don't believe she is, he can move in with his mother and stay away from her pending this case.
Anything further? Right. Certainly there is a narrative in an investigator's report, as there always is. But here I have also been provided photographs of numerous injuries and bruises to this complainant that it would seem would have been difficult for her to inflict upon herself, given the number of bruises, lacerations, etc., to her body depicted in those photographs. Mr. Vincent, are you in possession of affidavits from the complainant stating that she was not intending to cooperate in this case?
I am not. And I take, I'll take defense counsel at his word, but I don't have any affidavits. I do have notes from the APA speaking to the fact that this individual is in fear of her life. I'm sure that will come out if there's something. In terms of being a victim, I think you can look at a lot of the things defense counsel said two different ways. I do appreciate his argument, but I can also appreciate the fact that this gal is scared. And at the time right now, if, if these things did appear to happen, which they appear to have.
Let's take a break here. And number two, let me know what you think of this one. Oh, by the way, welcome, number two. You're muted. But we did have
is that better?
Yes, we did have a super chat come in on a different platform from the dude. So thank you very much for the $10. The dude. And let me give Zena and Ava their treats for that. And while I'm doing that, tell me what you think of this Abercooter guy.
Okay, so I full disclosure, I was trying to set this up and I didn't hear most of it.
So basically he beat
I heard
woman.
Part of it where he was like dragging her and
and he's trying to get bond right now is what's happening. He's trying to get bond.
Yeah.
I say throw away the key personally.
Yeah.
And the fact that his lawyer is bringing up the fact that she didn't want to press charges, like she had to go to the hospital. Like she doesn't want to press charges because
she's scared.
Exactly.
She's petrified.
Exactly. She almost died that day. He choked her. She's in fear for her life. That's why. Anyway, well, let's see if he gets bond or not.
Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
Happened. I think she's very vulnerable right now. Her mom's involved in this. And I think they right now are wishing to proceed as based on the APA notes. But I guess we're just going to let this play out and see what happens.
So, Your Honor, if I could, one last word. I do have both documents, interoffice memorandum by the police department, signed by the alleged victim, as well as the officer in charge, Detective Randolph, 8/2/2024, both documents for both case numbers. I will also tell the court if the prosecutor had called the victim, which I don't think Mr. Vincent did, that she would have said, I don't want to proceed in the case. I also got a call from another attorney who said she was trying to hire that attorney because she didn't want to proceed. So I will tell the court,
it's not up
I'm
to
not
her.
trying to
In a
minimize.
domestic case, it's not up to her. And I just read the news article, and you're not going to like the way this ends. Just letting you know now. Like they're asking for $1 million bond, which I think is too little. I think there should be no bond. That, in my opinion, especially if she's afraid of him, which I believe she is.
This is the guy in the lower right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't give a.
No.
These allegations. What I'm telling the court is I don't believe that $1 million bond is reasonable based on what we've provided.
Well, right. I mean, you're speaking to the likelihood of conviction, right? No matter how gruesome or whatever, as you said, the allegations may be, you know.
Erica says, I guarantee the family hired him an excellent attorney. I can tell by his fancy, dumb wall that this is a fancy attorney. This is not a public defender. Look at this dumb, crooked wall. I hate it.
This is likelihood of conviction. Part of what I think about, especially in cases of alleging domestic violence, though, is a bond that makes the complainant sure that they're able to participate in the prosecution of the case if they wish to do so. So balancing everything that I've heard here, on the case alleging torture, AWIM, and unlawful imprisonment, bond is set at $300,000 cash surety. If he's able to make that bond, he will be fitted with a GPS tether before leaving the jail, that tether requiring full home confinement at an address other than which this is said to have occurred. I understand your argument, counsel, that this is, you feel like it's his home, but at this point, he's not going to be able to return back there. He can take that up on his next court date. As to the other file, alleging DV and GBH, bond is set in this case at $50,000 cash surety. Again, GPS, home confinement tether, not to return to that address, all right? Next court dates are going to be Monday.
That's basically the end of it. I'm going to follow these court cases, especially since it's obviously being, live streamed.
How many times do these people get on home detention and violate it immediately, and these women end up dead?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is how we end up in this situation, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so glad you're here. We have some drunk.
I'm glad you're here.
I feel great today, by the way.
I'm so glad.
Even though I'm elderly, I feel fantastic. I could have
I'm
for
so
another
glad.
5 hours right now.
That's great. Good to hear.
I do like covering the dumb drunk bitches with you, though.
These are always fun.
Look at this face. Just wait.
She just looks stupid.
Oh, we're not even there yet. But we need to set up. I haven't talked to you in a while. I usually talk to you way more often than I have been lately. So my apologies for that. But we need to set up.
Yeah, but me too. I haven't.
We've had a lot going on, right? Both of
have.
us. But we need to set up a Many Such Cases episode, which is the rebrand from Friday Night Crime, because we're not necessarily doing it on Fridays anymore because we're both very busy bees.
And on Friday, we're just tired. We need a night to just do nothing.
Yeah.
And Saturdays work out really well for some reason. So, yeah.
And so, in the summertime and stuff, it could be on a Tuesday. Who knows?
Who knows? Saturdays
or
Tuesday,
on Christmas break or fall break. I don't know. The school schedule has so many breaks these days, so I don't even know. Like when I was a kid, back in my day, now that I'm old, I can say that. Back in my day, we had, spring break and Christmas break and Easter break. Or Easter break was spring break. So it was, we had Christmas break and Easter break, and that's it. I think they actually called it Easter break at I went to Catholic school. For most of my life. So
I only went to Catholic school for high school, but even in elementary school and grammar school, we still called it Easter break.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, so dumb bitches. This I watched the first couple of minutes of this, and then I'm like, all right, I need to stop and just watch it on the show because you start off wanting to like this girl, and then it takes a turn.
I love it when they take a turn.
Let's go.
The best.
Nice to meet you.
So you were the one that
I am. So there's a female laying on the bathroom floor right now.
Okay.
Right? Who's not coherent. And this entire bar is trying to accommodate that. It's fine. It's no big deal. She's not okay at all.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what I like about her. She sees something wrong and she calls somebody. I've done this before. When I was in Los Angeles on a work trip, I was down by Santa Monica Pier and like walking on the beach over there at nighttime. And there's people that just sort of party and drink on the beach over there. And there was this girl that was so drunk with this group of guys, and she couldn't even stand up and walk on her own. And one of them like picked her up and threw her over his shoulder and was carrying her to like the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I stopped them. Like, I don't know who these people are, but I'm thinking to myself, if I see this girl on the news later, I'm going to feel real bad if I don't at least make sure that she knows them, you know? So I stopped them and made sure that they at least knew each other. And they did. It was a whole big group, and there was some girls who were walking behind them that came up and assured me that, yeah, they're all in the same group. And, you know, it wasn't just like 3 guys taking a drunk girl from the beach.
Right.
And I feel like that's where she was at. Like, there's a girl who's unconscious on the bathroom floor and nobody's doing anything. She needs help, you know? So
I was unconscious on a lot of bathroom floors when we were younger.
My mom's here. What are you doing?
Sorry, your mama.
I was about to say me too, but no, I am an innocent angel and would never.
You were never there at those times.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, let me go see what's going on in here.
Sure, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Erica, she's definitely drunk as well, but she's at a bar. She's allowed to be drunk at a bar, you know, as long as she's not driving. She's sloshed is the word I would use for her. She's wasted, but at least she has enough wherewithal to see there's a problem. I'm too drunk to do anything about it. I need to call for help.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
Good. What's up?
What can I do for you?
Oh, we got called about somebody unconscious in the bathroom.
She's not unconscious. She's up. She's awake. She's up and she's awake. I'm taking her home. I know her personally. Don't worry, I will never let anything.
We still need to look at her.
Okay, would you like to look at her?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, she's perfectly fine, okay? You guys can look at her.
Thank you.
I'm taking her home, yes. I'm just letting you see that she's up. She's okay.
This bartender is sus. I just want to point out that she just said to this cop, I'm taking her home. She's up, she's fine. I'm taking her home. I know her personally. Give it like 3 seconds, because that's not the case at all.
Yeah.
I'm taking her home. The chick outside was a little dramatic. We were having some problems with her.
Where's our patient? Nope. Yeah. Men's bathroom?
She's not in the bathroom. She was just in here. She was just in here. She was fine though. She was up and fine.
So what's going on here? How do we lose an unconscious person?
You got police here, fire department here. You guys have.
Well, the woman that called, I know, I'm so sorry.
This is ridiculous.
The woman that called, she was being a little dramatic, and I told her she was acting a fool. I told her she needed to leave, and she was like, no, there's a woman unconscious. I was like, no, she's having a hard time. She was puking. She called an Uber. I told her that's what was happening, and she was like, well, I want to call the police.
Now she called an Uber? I thought you were taking her home. That's a little suspicious, ma'am. Why did you say I know her personally? I'm taking her home. And now all of a sudden that she's not there, she called an Uber.
So I was like, okay, well, you can call the police, but she's got an Uber on the way. I don't know what else to do for you. And she was being very freaked out and very dramatic. She was causing a scene. She was causing a fight.
I mean, it's not illegal for her to be passed out in the bathroom. We're here to check on her own well-being.
Exactly.
So we have no idea where she's at?
The only thing I can assume is that she got in her Uber by the time that I went out there and talked to you guys, because she had called an Uber half an hour before.
I mean, it took me 30 seconds to get here.
Yeah, who is this person? You know her?
No, I did.
He doesn't know her now either. I know her personally. Do you know her? No. What? What is happening in this bar?
No.
Weird. Here, but
I told the woman who had called.
That don't make any sense.
But I'm gonna make sure there's nobody laying around here somewhere. Yeah.
The door is locked. Yeah,
that's the other thing. If you don't keep track of somebody like that, we have a friend who lost fingers and toes because he passed out in a snowbank. He called himself a triple amputee, but he lost like a toe and 2 fingers. It wasn't like he lost his whole limbs or whatever, but he was so messed up and passed out in a snowbank in Chicago. And it was so bad that he had to be hospitalized and had amputations done. So you can't just let somebody wander outside who's that messed up.
Yeah.
Like you gotta keep track of people.
Yep.
The way that this girl that's working here was acting, like she wasn't going to let us in.
Right.
It's like
that's why I walked up to her. I was like, "Well, you're going to let us in?"
Something weird.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just sneak out a door if she's that drunk. Well, this is what I'm trying to figure out. You said you were taking her home, but then now you're saying she was taking an Uber.
Well, I mean, I was going to take her home, and she had talked about calling an Uber.
So this hello. This girl that she called about.
She called. I was just a bystander. I was
Did you see this girl passed out?
The bar.
By the way, this gentleman here reminds me very much of the person who lost fingers and toes. Very much. Let me know if you feel it too.
Well, I don't know.
Her sister's in orange. All I know is that her sister's in orange is the sister, the older one.
Oh my
the
gosh,
younger one apparently was.
Isn't it? This,
oh my gosh.
And this is a very close friend of ours, guys, and he has passed away since. And I miss him. And when I saw this video, this is just exactly how he was. Like the way he's telling the story is the way that person would have told the story.
That's crazy.
Like they could be related.
She came out and said that she was throwing up in the bathroom.
His voice
That's all
and
I heard.
everything.
Okay, so the girl that's passed out.
Yes.
Where is she?
Where, you can't find her? No.
Okay.
No, I promise you, she was literally with her cousin.
Okay, so who's her cousin or who's her sister?
The facial expressions. Like,
oh my gosh, that's nuts.
You can't find her.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
Some blonde, other blonde.
Okay,
What's your name?
Let's take this down. This is getting a little dramatic here.
His name.
This is getting a little dramatic.
Walterman is sitting here. I don't give a if I know him or not. You know me, I know you. It's fine. He is sitting here. There's a girl passed out on the
There's
goddamn.
nobody in there.
There was. I just walked out of the goddamn bathroom with a passed out.
Listen.
20-year-old girl on the bathroom floor.
Well, there's nobody in there.
Exactly. And they're gonna cover it up. And you're a offer, sir. That's what this is.
So
what are you doing?
I promise you on God.
And tell me this guy with a hoodie doesn't remind you of somebody else. Just darker, curlier hair. And taller. Just right?
What are you doing, Patrick? What are you doing?
I'm literally bringing number 2 back to our childhood with this video at this very moment.
So what?
So which one is her cousin?
You're gonna go to jail.
It's not my cousin. I ain't going to jail.
There's
I will never go to jail.
so there's a taller one who's also blonde with dirty blonde hair.
Does she work here? No. She is a 20-year-old girl.
Please stop. The only
Please stop what?
the only people that are in there are the employees right now.
They're not. They're
Jesus
doing
Christ.
bullshit. I was just in there.
There was 5.
Walk in there with me. They walked out the back door.
Then they did.
Walked out the back door.
Then they did.
There is a 20-year-old girl in there and her cousin.
Okay.
Screwed Up Rebellion could have very well been part of our friend group back
Yeah,
in the day.
he probably was.
Like if we lived in the same area, you would have been hanging out with us.
Yeah,
Sitting there laying on the bathroom goddamn floor.
There are 5 squads.
Passed out.
Oh God. Okay. So.
Oh my God.
None of them work here.
Walterman's a
None of them work. She
I
was.
hope
okay.
you f***ing get the shot in
She
his
and I were
goddamn
talking,
mouth.
but she came up to me to talk to me because she.
You're a piece of
It's beside the point that me out of the crowd.
He said,
Be careful because you're going to go to jail.
Yeah, you are.
Get me to go to jail.
So her cousin went in after 20 minutes to go see her.
So here's the thing. There's 5 squad guys and myself walked through every room inside that
And no
restaurant.
one's in there?
No.
Then they left out the side door, if
Then they had
anything,
to.
because they knew. And the only reason they left It's because she already started screaming that she was going to call the cops because she was afraid that she was too up to go home.
Well, here's the thing. She's in a bar. It's not illegal for her to be drunk.
Exactly. I decided to just check the restroom just in case.
Okay.
And I opened the door, and her sister, who was in orange, who I'm pretty sure was out here to talk to you, was probably gone actually.
There's nobody in there except the employees.
Then they left because her cousin is in orange in like Bengals colors, right?
Well,
her cousin.
When you talk to your drunk friend tomorrow, you can explain to her there's nobody in here except employees.
So they were there. I promise you, she's right. They were in the bathroom together, and she was helping her to the toilet. Okay. And then I said, okay, I guess you got this. I'm gonna walk out. I walk out, and then I walk out here. Next thing you know, I see the cop cars coming. I'm like, who called the cops? And they're like, she did. And I was like, well, no. She's just puking in the toilet right now. At last I checked, and now they're gone because they knew she was going to call the cops, and I'm pretty sure.
But who cares if she calls the cops?
Well, they did. And all of a sudden, you guys are arriving, and I'm thinking, well, if they ask me, the last time I saw her was in the bathroom with her cousin.
By the way, we never find this girl. Like this whole video, we're 7 minutes.
I was just wondering. I'm like.
We never find out what happened to her. I'm sure she's fine, or with like it would have been included. Like, oh, and the girl was dead. You know, we never find the girl. But the way this man tells a story is intriguing to me. Like, I can't stop watching.
Which is the truth. I promise you, on God, on my mother.
Personally, I could care less. All I care about is if nobody's dead.
No one's dead.
Okay.
She just got.
I don't care then.
She just got hell wasted.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Just don't walk down the street with that.
Oh, I'm drinking this year. Yes, sir. My bad. I forgot I even had this in my hand.
What's her first name?
He's pointing with his beer. The cop's like, just make sure you don't
leave it here, buddy.
He's like, what? Oh, I didn't even know I had this alcohol.
Oh, man, hold on, let me think. She told me her name. I knew she told me her name. I was preoccupied by.
Oh well, that's fine. I don't care that much.
Like, oh well.
So.
No, it seems important.
Oh well, whatever. I don't care.
Honey, I'm sorry that your time was wasted.
I feel bad.
The squad guy's time was wasted, not mine.
Why is she even?
So I mean, you got 5, 6 squad guys here, you know. But But whatever. All right. Well, I'm out of here. Have a good one.
About 40 minutes later, a complaint about a highly intoxicated person at a convenience store led officers right back to the same problematic woman.
She's in here. She's right here. Yeah?
Oh, thank God.
Look on his face when the cop bumps into him.
Thank God you're here.
Like, Erica says it reminds her of the hatchet wielding hitchhiker.
That's a tongue twister.
It's a mouthful. Kai, the smash. That guy.
Yeah. That ended up really being a killer.
Because I've been listening to her trying to get her to calm down. She just went to the restaurant. She's talking to some officer about how you guys mistreated her cousin.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
Apparently, you guys weren't listening to how her cousin felt about the situation. Even though her cousin was under the influence of many alcoholic drinks. I don't know how many, because I walked in there after I worked. Because I work at APG. I was just walking in there.
Subtitles drunkenly going off topic.
That's true.
For a shot or two. She's freaking out about how someone drugged her sister or some shit. Now her sister's incoherent and you should give a shit about it because I care about her. I'm like, dude, that's okay. So that's your sister or your friend.
Well, what's funny was she didn't tell me any of that. She didn't tell me it was her sister, cousin, brother.
She's saying all sorts of shit, to be honest. I feel like she's just trying to get an excuse in to get away from
her boyfriend who's standing right there.
I'm giving him a thumbs up because honestly, he talked to me, but only after.
I'm gonna end up going to jail here.
Oh, now we got all the cops here. Here's Walterman right here. Here's Walterman right here. Who are you? Missler. We got.
She's on the phone. He's here. Walterman. Walterman's here. He's here. Okay.
Walterman.
Get off the phone.
I'm not going to get off the phone.
Okay.
I'm not going
Guess
to get
what?
off the phone.
You got about 2 seconds.
Hey, Kirk.
You got
So
2 seconds.
Walterman is going to arrest me.
That's correct.
Right now. That's correct.
Come on.
Hold on. I just walked out of the bathroom.
Come on.
Walterman is going. No, he's arresting me.
Before going any further, I'd like to offer you guys a solution to a growing threat that's becoming more common than ever. In 2024,
All right, we're going to skip the commercial.
hitters, hidden cameras, Hypefinity. So, the first
Doing nothing to you.
Oh, I skipped too far.
Kirk.
I almost missed the good part.
No, Walterman.
decided to strike a deal with Hypefinity. So, the first 100 people to click the link in the description get 50% off. That's $29 per detector. So click the link now and grab yours at half price.
By the way, this is from the Midwest Safety channel. Definitely go check them out. They have some really good body cam videos. So check out that channel for sure.
I like that channel. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Arresting me right now, Walterman. Walterman is arresting me. Get off of me. I'm doing nothing. I just walked out of the bathroom. Kirk, Walterman is arresting me. Bitch, get off me. Get off me. I'm doing nothing to you. You did this, bitch. You did this, bitch. You did this.
Put your hands behind your back.
Get off me. Oh, I punched him in the face. You punched him in the face. You took him on the ground, dumbass. Okay. You did that. Okay. Take him to jail. You have your $2 at home. That's because you wanted to drink.
Apparently, she also punched Dan in the face. I missed that part. It wasn't on video, but we have multiple
wished it
witnesses.
was.
We have multiple witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Is that her stuff?
Yeah.
All right, well,
you could have got my car.
Thank you.
Now look what happened.
His poor boyfriend.
How would you do this?
Put your hands behind your back.
Or she slipped out of it.
She slipped out. This is just making it worse for you. You do understand.
Lauren, stop! Stop! You're a creative face. Creative face. Creative face. Oh, there you go.
Stop.
You little stop. Freddy Krueger, mother. Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger MFer. Wait, she's calling him a crater face, like we're in middle school, by the way.
Yeah.
Crater face, Freddy Krueger MFer. I almost said the words.
It's not going to get you very far. You're still getting in the car.
Freddy Krueger, mother.
Sir, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I'm sorry, dude. This is bullshit. Wait, I think my camera's on.
Mine is. It fell off. Let me grab her stuff.
Sorry.
How much? It's your fault. How much stuff did she break?
Put it on there. She didn't break anything as far as I see.
Where's her wallet?
This poor dude working at the gas station is just like, he makes minimum wage. It's the middle of the night right now. He's just trying to like have a peaceful evening. He's like, I don't know what's going on. And her boyfriend, Dan, I feel so bad for Dan. He's apologizing to the police for her actions. He should never have to do that.
Put it on your car. Was that your property that was there?
Yeah, I said he put it on your car. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna go up to the district first.
Okay.
I think Mr. Zed's home. The dogs just let me know.
Good Freddy Krueger, mother ass. Did you ever give me my Miranda rights?
Here they go again. You're not being questioned. You don't need your rights read.
Listen to number 2. You don't need your rights read unless they're going to ask you specific questions, not your name. Like they can ask you your name or where you're going or coming from. All of that they can ask you. Unless they're going to sit you down and ask you questions specifically about whatever case they're investigating.
Yeah.
You don't need the Miranda rights.
You don't need it.
Freddie, when did you give me my Miranda rights? When, Freddie, did you give me my Miranda rights? Anything I can will be held against me. When did you do that? Freddie, you already f***ed up. Freddie! Freddie! You will all be hearing from my attorney.
Okay.
I've never been giving my Miranda rights, not once, not at any point in this, at any point. Get this off me. I deserve Miranda rights. Nobody ever told me that I was being detained. Nobody ever told me my Miranda rights. You ain't above no law. Get this off my hands right now. Get it off. Now, Freddie Krueger, get this the fuck off my goddamn hands. I ain't getting off nothing. Get this shit off, and I won't.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit right
leave
here.
them on.
Good.
Okay.
Good. And I will. I'm pressing charges against all of you. When did you ever give me any indication that I was being arrested, being detained? Nothing. Freddie, when have you ever done that? Did you do that, Freddie? You're a piece of shit.
The cop's name is just Freddie now, by the way. just Freddie.
And she's got 2 daughters at home. I hope she's. I would be so embarrassed.
I hope she sees herself. I hope this is a turning point for her. Let's put it that way. I hope she
so
sees
embarrassed.
this video going viral. I don't know if it's viral. Let me see how many views it has. It might be. 1.1 million views in 5 days. I hope she sees this video going viral. By the way, go subscribe to Midwest Safety. And changes stuff. Like just if she was not this drunk, her initial intent was good. She was good. She saw something wrong. She saw a girl who was too drunk. Not that she's not too drunk, but that was passed out and was worried for this girl.
Yeah.
And she had good intentions, right?
Started off good.
But because she's this drunk, it's out of control now. Completely out of control.
Yeah.
I'm being a police officer. I'm gonna feel like I'm somebody. You crazy face bitch. Get this off of me. I bet your wife looks better than I do, doesn't she? Doesn't she? Crazy face bitch. You could pull me. First of all, what am I being
She
charged
does,
with?
but she's not in cuffs.
What am I
I know. Yeah, exactly.
being detained for?
Conduct while intoxicated and resisting arrest.
Resisting arrest for what? I was saying a speedway on the phone. What am I being arrested for?
Disorderly conduct while
For
intoxicated.
what?
Because the speedway guy called us.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, the he didn't.
Yes.
No, the he didn't. You can't bullshit. So when you sit here, if you touch me, bitch, you bitch, touch me. You want to feel my? You want to feel my? What are you doing?
I have to pause it for this comment. The dude has never been this drunk ever. Never ever. Never happened. Never happened. We love you. We love you.
We do.
Colonel
We
Angus.
do.
I wouldn't touch anything with this.
Yes, you do.
No, I
Little big nose ass motherfucker. You fat ass motherfucker. You little ass motherfucker. I sat at Speedway, did nothing, did not a goddamn motherfucking thing. Asked for a goddamn ride and you're getting me for disorderly conduct because I asked for a ride?
Yes.
You corrupt motherfuckers. You little power control motherfuckers. So this crater face motherfucker had a issue because he wouldn't do nothing about some bitch that was laying on a goddamn floor in a bathroom that I felt bad for. She was laying on a goddamn floor. Incoherent. If you do not get these cuffs off me where they're cutting off my circulation, I swear to God. Alright, I'll make this.
They tried to take the cuffs off of her because when you're on a bench like that, they take one cuff. And so you have one cuff and it's hand. They
Yeah.
tried to do that and she wouldn't let them. And now she's upset that the cuffs are cutting off her circulation.
I
And
wish that they could just pull the duct tape out. I just so wish with people like this that they just could.
I don't think Freddie would do that, but you can hope, right?
Yeah, just a sock and some duct tape.
Sockets. Oh.
It's worth it. I'll make it worth your time.
Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm gonna need you to call 911. You understand that?
Good.
You're about to slip my wrist. Do you understand that? Call 911. There's blood all over my goddamn pants. Is your body cam going?
Yep.
Get it. Call 911. Call 911. There's blood all over my pants. Your cuffs are too tight. I'm asking you to stop it. My leg is bleeding. I'm asking you to stop. Uncuff me.
That's not gonna happen.
Okay. Loosen my goddamn cuffs.
If you calm down, we will.
Okay. I'm calm. Loosen my cuffs.
All right. I'm calm. All right. Loosen my cuffs.
No, unloosen.
Oh, yeah.
Unloosen.
Unloosen my cuffs right now.
Yeah.
Ready?
I'm not calm because I did nothing to you. I was literally attacked out of nowhere. If you think that you guys did this right, you're stupid. And I'm going to get an attorney, and I already have one. I've already dealt with it like this. So go ahead and try me.
Shocked. She's already dealt with stuff like this
Right.
and has an attorney. I am floored that she has an attorney on speed dial on her phone. Who would have
Right.
thunk it?
Go ahead and try me. Has any one of you read my Miranda rights to me? Did you?
Nope.
Did he read my Miranda rights to me?
I don't know.
Ask him. Tell him to come here and ask him.
Wouldn't it be crazy if the passed out girl that she saw ended up being like an unsolved murder mystery, and she was the only witness and is so wasted that she's no help at all?
Yeah.
Like, you could not, if that did turn out to be a case that ends up in court, you could not put this person on the stand. The defense would play this
No.
video and be like really?
Yeah,
Who-
because the bartender was really
sketchy.
very
Very sketchy.
how the story changed.
Ask him if he did. Ask him if anybody read me my Miranda rights. You guys are the most piss poor, motherfucking power control mother. Lauren doesn't matter, right? Lauren called about a female who's probably not even of age, laying unconscious on a goddamn bathroom floor of a bar. And now Lauren is sitting here in cuffs. Isn't that weird? You don't think that's weird?
Well, you're pretty intoxicated.
Sure, and I'm of age, and I have a ride. I need a phone.
You'll get a phone when you go down to jail.
No, and I'm not going down to jail.
Then where are you going?
I need a phone now. I hope you eat shit. I hope your wife eats shit. I hope your kids eat shit.
Say that.
Talking about the officer's wife and kids always
It's
works out for
classy.
the best.
Yeah.
It always gets you where you want. Like, it gets you extra special privileges.
Yeah,
They might get you some coffee or something.
for sure.
Critter.
You want to stand up?
You can suck it.
You want to stand up?
When did you read my Miranda rights?
Do you want?
What were you saying?
She really wants those cuffs off, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Because
you
he
can-
walked over to her again.
They're too tight. They're cutting off circulate. Call 911. My cuffs are too tight.
Yeah, and then told him to suck a D.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
When
Lauren.
did you
I don't
read
have
me?
to. I'm not asking
Why do
any
you not?
questions.
Why do you not? You f***ing arrested me and have me in fucking handcuffs.
I'm not asking
How
any
did you
questions.
not have to read me
Will you
my
stand
Miranda
up so I
rights?
can adjust the
I'm gonna get
handcuffs?
you. I'm gonna get you, Walterman. I hope you know that.
You do that.
I hope you know that. I'm gonna get you, Walterman. It was bombarded. I'm sorry, what?
Those are only when you're being asked questions.
Oh,
They're not asking
so
you
you
any
can just detain me, arrest me, pull me in here for no reason. Okay, that's fine. If you think so. Alright, so what? What did I do?
I loosened them up for you.
You tighten them? You feel good, Freddie? You feel good, Freddie? You're so funny. I hope your wife eats shit. I hope your kids eat shit. Hey, karma's a bitch, motherfucker. And it comes around threefold. Right? Right? Hey, you. What is your name? What is your name? You, right there. What is your name?
Deputy Missler.
Deputy what?
Missler.
Missler. Can you please call somebody right now for me?
No, I cannot.
Why not? For what reason? What did I do to you? What have I done to anyone here?
You didn't follow our lawful orders.
This poor man works at the jail. It just sounds so defeated. He's at it's 3 a.m. right now, 3:02 in the morning. And he's like, No, I cannot call anybody for you so calmly. Like,
Nobody wants to hear this
no,
incessant
it's not.
at any time.
Yep.
At any time. Nobody.
Pissing at Speedway? What did I do? What was my lawful orders that I was not following? Is your body cam on?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Is it now?
Yes.
Are you sure? Can you make sure your body cam's on right now?
Body cam was on.
Okay. So I'm asking you, what am I being charged with right now?
Disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct for what?
And resisting arrest.
Resisting arrest for what? What did you come to arrest me for at Speedway? I was trying to protect a f***ing younger female. That's it. I hope your daughters. Do you have daughters?
Oh.
Yes, I do.
I do. I hope they go through that. I hope they don't have no bitch ever come for them. I do.
Awfully mean to be saying.
You know, it's awfully mean that I'm getting arrested for looking out for some girl that I don't even know. Get these handcuffs off me!
What's your last name? M1.
You! I want these handcuffs off me!
Alright, man.
Don't ask me shit.
Here's your Miranda rights. Before we ask
Fuck
any
you.
questions.
Too late for
You want to hear him or not?
Hey, suck a dick. What's your name? What's your name?
Johnson.
Johnson. I don't need them. It's too late for that.
Okay.
You already
Keep in mind, they're cutting out downtime. So we were at 3:02 a minute ago. Now we're at 3:12. So she's behaving herself for small increments, and then it just starts back up again. It just keeps going. And it's like the sound of her voice is like nails on a chalkboard to me.
It is. It is.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. I think I'm
I don't give
I'm leaving.
It doesn't matter. 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 Look, Orville Redenbacher, get the f out of here. Orville, get the f out of here. You got Freddy Krueger, Orville
The cops are laughing at the nicknames that they're being given. Orville Redenbacher and Freddy Krueger just arrested you, and you're going to jail. Goodbye.
Ed, we were never this annoying.
No, absolutely
Never,
not.
ever, never.
No, we did like capers and shenanigans. Nothing like this.
No,
we also were not drunk. Like there's a difference between
No.
a drunk person and us.
No.
Yeah.
I wasn't in high school, but I'm gonna be something now. Get the f out of here. Hey, Freddie. How was a bitch? I need to go to the hospital. I'm not feeling okay. My heart rate is not okay. I feel
They're gonna count right now. They're gonna do a counter on the edge of the screen for the I need to go to the hospital and how many times she ends up saying that. So best guess without going over in the chat right now, how many times do you think that she asks to go to the hospital and the next there's like 4 minutes left in this? So
37.
Number 2 says 37. So best guess, how many times does she ask to go to the hospital?
like I'm having an anxiety attack. I don't know if I'm having a heart attack. I'm not okay. I need to go to the hospital. I'm asking you to go to the hospital. Can I go to the hospital? Hello, I need to go to the hospital. I'm asking you to go to the hospital. Are you refusing to let me go to the hospital? Hello, Freddie. I need to go to the hospital. Let me go to the hospital. I need to 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 go to the hospital. Freddie, I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. Freddie, I need to go to the hospital. 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 Am I not allowed to go to the hospital? Freddie, am I not allowed to go to the hospital? Okay. Can I have a phone so I can go to the hospital? Can I go to the hospital? I need to go to the hospital. They won't let me go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. I'm not okay. I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. Alright, cool. I'm gonna go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. Hey, Freddie! I need to go to the hospital! I need to go to the hospital, you piece of f***ing shit. I asked for help for a f***ing motherfucking bitch on the goddamn floor of a bathroom! phone. But I need to figure out for my daughters. Do you understand that? Do you have kids?
We've already answered this question.
Okay, so can I figure out? Can I have a hand free?
I think you won because was it 41? And you guessed 37?
I did say 37, but I didn't see what the total
I'm
was.
looking if anybody else got closer than 37.
I was highly surprised that
we
I thought that was going to be way.
Well, okay,
Like,
so Society Red is still in it. He said 55. So that's over. But if she gets over 55, yeah. I think everybody else is out. I think you're beating everybody else right now.
I didn't think that was going to.
Why did
I was
so
like,
I can call my mother family to figure out my shit, please.
Your ex-husband already knows you're going to jail.
You don't know shit about my ex-husband. I want to talk to him. Can I talk to him?
No, he's going to bed.
He's going to bed? Yep. I need to talk to my ex because I have a child at home that doesn't have an adult. Do you understand that? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Am I allowed to talk to my ex?
No.
So, to deal with our children, I have no right to talk to my ex?
No.
Good. You might want to call a lot of people.
Go ahead and stand up.
It's going on all this.
Hold on, give me
You
a
understand that?
Can you sit back down again?
No. No.
Well, it's going to make it easier for me.
I don't
to
care. You do what you need to do. I have blood all over my pants. I have snot coming out of my nose, and I can do nothing to help myself. So fuck you. No, you have nothing. You have done nothing to make anything easy for me. You.
Well, that's the same thing, you know.
I've done nothing. I called you guys. I'm the one that called you for some girl that was laying on the goddamn floor. That's the funniest part. F you. You guys deserve everything you all get. All the hate you all get, you deserve it. I will never back this shit. Not ever. Power hungry motherfuckers. You don't want to do a damn thing.
Okay, let's go.
I called you. Don't fucking pull on me like that.
Then let's go.
Weird ass
Come on.
motherfucker. Get off me. You don't need to pull on me like that.
No, this is called control.
No, you are not in control, crater face.
Jesus.
You motherfucking Freddy Krueger ass motherfucking bitch. You ain't in control of nothing but your motherfucking wife. Motherfucking bitch. Ah.
Stand up.
Let me get out there.
I'm making sure you can. There you go. Now put your feet up there on the step up.
I'm trying.
Turn around.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Keep banging your head on yourself. The camera showed that you did it, not us.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, well, camera showed otherwise.
Slams door.
I like that.
At least he didn't slam the door on her head like that one video.
I would have. That's why I'm not a cop.
But you would have been like, bam, bam, bam. For every time she has to go to the hospital, one head slam.
Yeah, 37 for me.
Yeah, yeah.
You're sitting here like you have a like vendetta against me.
I don't have anything against you. You just cannot conduct yourself like a person in public. Young lady, your behavior is going to determine how you're treated down here. If you come down here and act a fool, it's not going to go in your favor. So listen to me. I'm gonna ask you a question. Are you going to walk in here like an adult, or do the people from the jail have to put you in a chair and bring you in?
I've been an adult.
No, I don't believe you.
Lauren was charged only with disorderly conduct despite her resisting. She is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Is she innocent until proven? I don't know.
Listen to this
All right,
bone-chilling.
I have one more video that I have queued up for today. Do you want to stick around for it?
Yes.
It's a crazy one. Kfar sent me this, by the way, which he doesn't usually send me stuff, but we're doing similar content nowadays with the cop stuff. So when he finds something good, and he's not going to do it, he sends it to me.
That's cool.
This is a high-speed chase. We love the high-speed chases.
We do.
Let's check in with the chat real quick. Thank you everyone for coming to my birthday party. I really appreciate it. This is, I think, my best YouTube birthday party since I started, honestly. You guys have been awesome tonight.
It's fun.
All right, let me
I hate how bright I am because I'm in front of my windows, but the sun comes in right there. So I apologize, everybody, but I look like a ghost.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, if you got outside and saw the sun every once in a while would help, but whatever. This is also from Midwest. This is also from Midwest Safety. And it starts off with the cop praying. So I guess we know how this is going, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what really got me about this one is this cop is seriously praying. He's not just saying the words. You can tell by the tone in his voice.
Father, be with this.
On April 22, 2024, Washington State law enforcement issued an Amber Alert for a 1-year-old child kidnapped by his father, 39-year-old Elias Huizar. The following day, Oregon State officers located him traveling on I-5 and began a pursuit. Elias was a former Yakima police officer and a middle school resource officer. He was also wanted for 2 murders. One was for the killing of his 31-year-old ex-wife while she was working at an elementary school. News reports indicate he shot her 8 times in front of their 8-year-old son and other witnesses on school campus. The other person he is said to have killed was his 17-year-old alleged girlfriend.
17-year-old girlfriend, guys. 17-year-old girlfriend.
Not disgusting.
Yeah, which is also, this is the mother of the baby that's in there's a baby in the car with him, by the way, and the 17-year-old is the mother.
Who was only discovered after a search warrant was issued at his home. News reports indicate he allegedly stabbed her to death. It gets worse. The 1-year-old child in his car is the result of him sleeping with his alleged 17-year-old girlfriend when she was a 15-year-old student. He met her while he was employed at the Yakima School District when she was just 11 years old. His connection as the baby's father was seemingly unknown to officials for all this time, that is, until another victim came forward. When she was 17, he was allegedly living with her in the same household. During that time, he also allegedly sexually assaulted her 16-year-old friend while she was passed out at his house. Elias was caught after both the girls escaped by driving away in his truck. Reports share they were hysterically crying when they approached and told police what had happened. Police then forcefully entered Elias's home after a 3-hour standoff using a SWAT team. Elias was arrested and charged with sexual assault of both girls in February of 2024, but was let out on a $250,000 bail. The day he allegedly killed both his victims.
Why is he out on bail for a crime like that? Why?
No.
Why is he out on bail? I love, and I've mentioned this before, I love that in places like Florida and Oklahoma, I believe, they've made it so you can punish someone to death for abusing a child like this.
Mm-hmm.
I love those laws, and we need to have that in all the states. Write a letter to your state senators or whoever, I don't know, whoever makes the laws in states. I don't get into politics, but being able to punish someone to death for, he was obvious. First of all, he was a person of authority, not just authority as a teacher. He was the school resource officer. So he's a police officer.
Yeah.
In the school, canoodling with a 13-year-old, ends up getting her pregnant at 15. At 15.
Well, and he knew her since she was 11.
Yeah, exactly.
Gross.
I know. So why is he out on bail? I don't know. But then he kills 2 more people. So I say all that to say this. Don't feel bad for anything that happens to this guy in this video, because stuff's going to happen to this guy in this video.
He was scheduled to face those charges in court. Days before the killing, his ex-wife filed for custody arrangements of the 2 kids they shared, aged 5 and 8. According to news reports, police investigations suspected that he started dating his ex-wife when she was underage as well. He met her while he volunteered as a coach for the high school wrestling team when he was 24. Another
Person in authority in a child's life. He's putting himself in these situations to be a person of authority in children's lives and was let out on bail. He's got a track record of this.
Elias was suspected of planning to run to Mexico with his infant child during this high-speed chase.
Copy that. 2312 to dispatch. We've got him going southbound at about milepost 221. I got 23 King 35 with me. What do you want to do, 35? Let's go ahead and 1233 this channel. Patch us to SPO.
Copy, southbound from 220.
2312. He's going to go ahead and take off from us. We're in this. Got a pursuit going southbound.
Over the course of the next few minutes, officers coordinate and add more units to the chase. Between sharing speed and location updates, one officer appears to commit a small prayer before this foreseeable dangerous situation.
Dear Heavenly Father, be with this.
12 from 35. If he starts going slower, I'm going to try to redirect.
Copy that.
That soundbite right there in the middle of a high-speed chase kind of brings me to tears a little bit. That officer was asking for protection for everyone involved.
Yeah.
You know? Like there's just people driving down the road. Like anything could happen.
I know. I have.
Like we get away from.
Yeah, exactly.
I do.
Some of these cars here. If we get him stuck in between some cars, or he slows down to 60 or so, yeah. But at this speed's no. 216 southbound, just past 216, 105.
Easy. 2312.
About 100 miles an hour, still southbound. Get some of these Springfield units set up with some spikes.
12 from 35 for info. Unconfirmed, but I cannot see any sign of anybody else in the vehicle.
Copy that. Yeah, he's got tinted windows. I couldn't see him as he went by. Just saw the plate.
He's about to get stopped up in some traffic.
Springfield units, if you guys get set up your spikes, let us know where you're at so we can back off. Just get someone at 197 in the median and I'll be up to it. Copy that. 2312 still southbound, 105.
Copy, talking to an include in there.
Do it. Do it. Do it. 2312, we got it redirected down the freeway. Turn around and pin him. Turn around and pin him. He's fired! He's fired!
Keep in mind, these officers have no idea that that child is in the car right now, because they would not have done the pit maneuver, I don't think, if they knew that there was a 2-year-old in the car. And I don't think I mean, I guess if somebody's shooting at you, like he opened fire on them, but I'm not sure if they would have returned fire or retreat. I'm not sure what they would have done. I think they would still have returned fire. I'm not sure, but they have no idea that there's a baby in the car.
Yeah.
.2312, shots fired at me. I'm good, I think.
Copy, talking to an include in there.
Do it. Do it. Do it. 2312, we got it redirected down the freeway. Turn around and pin him. Turn around and pin him.
In this brief moment, the dash cam captures Elias wielding a pistol.
He's fired! He's fired! He's fired! .2312, shots fired at me. I'm good, I think. We're back in this southbound.
We got spikes set up. We're back in this 96 going southbound. Plaza 208 southbound.
Copy 208 southbound.
Whoever's underneath Coleman, turn your overheads off so we can see. Let us know when we get close. Let us know. Still southbound at 92 miles an hour.
Copy southbound at 92 miles an hour.
As the pursuit continues, pieces of Elias's car appears to fly off.
2312, we're passing rest area right now. 98 miles an hour.
If you pay attention, there's some truckers up here that try to help, but they needed to have two of them or next to each other. But there's a trucker up here that tries to get in front of them, which is amazing. And they don't need to do that. And I've seen this happen before where they'll do, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, like what I call it, or I don't know if there's another name.
I know what you're going to say.
I think judging by my hair color and skin color,
you can
say it.
You can say it because it's my ancestry.
Yeah.
So, go right ahead.
They do a Polish roadblock. I don't know if that's what other people call it, but that's what I grew up knowing it as.
In Chicago, that's what they call it.
Let me know if there's another name for that. Or if it's universally known as a Polish roadblock. But I've seen them before where they've done like a Polish roadblock and gotten people to stop, or they have to go on the shoulder and end up spinning out. It helps,
Copy, passing at 98 miles an hour.
Look at my husband in the chat being all
rolling roadblock. What is
politically
that?
Correct. It's a rolling roadblock.
I've never heard of that BS.
That is a Polish block. It's a Polish roadblock.
I think we might get to it.
5603.
He's actively firing at us. Take cover.
Copy, actively firing at you. 48.
Spike at 203. Yes, he's firing.
Now that's the truck.
12-5, he's muffled. Stay on this side, 35, stay on this side.
Solid copy.
40 number 2, I'll call it. 203 south. Speed zone.
Moments down the road, officers set up stop sticks.
12-7, 201 south behind hard cover.
Use dodge the spikes for 202.
Unfortunately, Elias is able to evade them. Soon after, dispatch notifies officers that Elias is apparently on the phone. He shared some information that makes the situation significantly more tense.
Transportation 20, the driver is on the phone with us, stating he does have a baby in the car. He's letting me a copy of the driver's online Lake County, stating he does have a baby in the vehicle.
See the officer's reaction? He knows
Yeah.
he just fired his gun at that car.
Yeah.
Like that's got to be devastating because at this moment, this officer does not know if he might have just shot a baby and has no idea, It's got to be just heartbreaking.
Yeah. What are you supposed to do now?
To be put in that situation. Like now you're afraid to hit him again. Like you're just
do anything.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I'm almost glad that they didn't find out till right now because, they wouldn't have done what they did to get his car in that condition.
Yeah.
That could have went on forever,
He dodged the last set, so I don't know if you can set up 2 sets, but we're 199 south. Speed's 84. We're coming up on this stop traffic from the crash. He's passed on the shoulder, left hand side through all the traffic. Speed's 12.
Put your hands up!
Did you hear that one single gunshot go off? Yeah.
That was
Going
him.
any further, I'd like to offer you guys a salute,
Go check out Midwest Safety's channel.
making them visible.
Use
because
the link to buy this.
and grab yours at half price.
Get
behind hard cover! Get behind hard cover! Put your hands high in the sky, driver! Get a rifle. Get a rifle up there. He might have shot himself.
Shot from inside right when he pulled over. Hey, I'm gonna get on this.
Get out of here.
No, leave him there.
Leave him there.
No, I meant as a person.
Get him out and we'll go run this truck. Hey, sir, get out of your truck.
Heather.
Sir.
What do you got?
He might have just
He's
shot
back there. He's back there.
I think he shot himself.
I can pull forward with my car really slow.
By the way, there's one female cop on the scene, and she's already annoying me. She gets more
be
annoying.
on desk duty.
She gets more annoying, by the way.
I've got a shield, boss. I got a shield.
Grab a shield.
I got a shield. Hold on.
We can wait for a shield, or I can just roll my car up. It's bigger than a shield. Yeah, we're gonna do both. Cool. Anyone got eyes on the gun? Right as I got out. I'm pretty sure he shot. I heard it. Yeah, so did I. Did you see the gun in there? No, he was on his phone. Okay. I could see him on his phone, and he put his phone down, and I heard that shot. It was like pretty close to him. You guys ready? Yep. All right, let's do it. Still moving.
Put your hands up. Hands up. Put your hands up.
Hands up.
Come on back, boys.
Get somebody stop traffic northbound.
Get your hands up.
Get your hands up. Hands up,
Get
sir.
your hands up. Do it now.
Hands up.
Hands on the steering wheel.
All we did is move his head a little bit.
Yep, just moved his head. Where's he at?
Sitting in the driver's seat. Looks like the baby's in the back. Hands up, sir.
Put your hands on the steering wheel. We want to get you some help.
The baby's head's gonna be right in line with where his. Yeah, that baby's right in line with where you're at. So. Copy that. See the handle? Yep, I'm going down. He just moved his head over to the side.
Yep.
Just hold. Just hold and cover. If there's a movement.
So I'm gonna just aim at the steering wheel. I feel like I wouldn't with that window being closed.
Hey, Bud, put your hand on the steering wheel.
Baby seat's in the passenger. Elias! You guys hear that? Baby's in the back right seat. Copy that. Yes.
For the baby.
We got a drone coming. I don't know if that's being relayed or if you want to push with the kids. Hey, get the shield over here. We gotta get the kid. Let's go.
Shield on that side?
Yeah. Yeah, get it over here. Just stand by. Hey, just chill. You got time. We got him covered. He's not moving.
We're moving. Right. Not moving. If you move, you will be shot. Do you understand? You got blood coming out. Let's push. Gun's on his lap. He's dead.
We'll take the baby.
Do not move. If you move, you will be shot. Get that baby. What's up? On the other side, let's get the gun. Let's get the baby. We got him. Get that baby. Get the gun. It's in his lap. It's in his lap. Get the baby.
Do you see how annoying she is right here?
They're all annoying, and they need to be in a building.
Give me baby. Give me baby.
That's all they're good for. Put them in a building.
That's all they're good for. Desk duty. Go get your own baby.
I speak the truth.
Go make me a sandwich.
Put them in the kitchen.
We're horrible people.
No, we're truth tellers.
Truth tellers, yeah. I made sure that, this Erica pointed out that this video is very intense, so I needed to make sure we have puppies here to kind of.
Yeah.
It is very intense.
They help.
Give me baby.
And so does our women cop answer.
Baby. That baby out of here. Baby okay?
They don't give her the baby, by the way, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Oh no, his whole lap is plumb full. Get out.
Glad we're on a 10 crunch for any reason. There's the baby. Oh, there's the baby.
Oh, they have the baby.
Like
It would be me if I was in this traffic jam watching this. Oh, there's a baby.
I got a baby.
Like, these girls are allowed to have, like, these are just some girls in their car videoing.
Yeah.
They're allowed. Look at this
are.
lady following the baby. Like, both of them. Oh, there's two women cops.
A diaper change.
There's two women cops, and they're just following this man with a baby.
No.
Gun secure. Security check.
I haven't taken a pulse. Go ahead.
No pulse.
Is the kid okay?
Yeah. Yeah, kid's good, OJ. You're good everywhere?
I think so. I don't know.
Let's just do a quick check. Yeah. That was pretty close quarter stuff.
News reports indicate the boy was taken under the care of Oregon Department of Human Services. No one was injured outside of Elias Huzar, who did not survive his injuries. News sources also dug into Elias's criminal charges and employment history and found a disturbing situation. Between 2013 and 2021, Elias worked for the Yakima Police Department. For at least a couple years during that time, he reported as a school resource officer for Yakima District. He was also a wrestling coach for the school's team. While the school seems to share that no complaints were received concerning his conduct, he was under investigation for sexual misconduct during that time. In 2019,
So how was he under investigation for sexual misconduct, yet no somebody had to complain? You just don't open up
complaints.
Yeah, you don't open up random investigations,
No.
right? This list of his history is insane that he was out of prison. He was
How
out of
was he employed if he had all the okay, when you work for a school district, you have many background checks that are done.
Yeah.
How is this even possible?
I don't
that he worked
Washington
for a-
State. Washington State. That's all I can say. I have no idea why else. And even if I understand if he was never actually arrested. He just resigned from the other job. Like, he was under investigation, he resigned. So no charges were filed. Nothing was ever came of that, right? So then he was able to get the job as the school resource officer because there was nothing in his actual, but if they would have done an actual background check and talked to his previous employers and checked his references and stuff like that, like why on earth do they not do that to put somebody in a school? Call the previous
That is
employers.
insane to me.
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy.
allegations from students rumored that Elias was having sexual relations with a 12-year-old student. An investigation took place, and investigators did not meet enough probable cause to prosecute the potential charges. This was despite several handwritten letters from classmates voicing concerns over their supposed relationship. However, officers amounted the rumors to be just that, as no allegation led to a verified nor detailed account of sexual misconduct at that time. When questioning the 12-year-old girl about the messages she sent her friends about the relationship she supposedly had with Elias, she said she never sent them and that her phone must have been hacked. It was discovered later that the student in question was the same underage victim he allegedly stabbed to death at his home 5 years later, at least according to a restraint order request from Elias's
He's got restraining orders. Those should show up in a background check, right?
Yep.
wife in 2024. Elias resigned from the Yakima PD shortly after the investigation in 2022. Yakima PD Chief Matt Murray shared in documents that the findings did not have enough evidence to support termination. Elias was ineligible to be rehired by the department. The following school year, Yakima School District restructured their school security role. Instead of hiring from Yakima PD directly, they instead opted to hire officers who were retired. This would save the school a reported $250,000 a year. It is an unknown coincidence if this was why Elias quit the force and instead applied to be a substitute teacher for Richland School District's
A substitute teacher, another position of power with kids involved, just over and over and over again. And they let him out of jail.
It's so sick.
They let him out of jail, and he murdered his 17-year-old girlfriend who had his baby at the age of 15 and his actual wife, who he started dating when she was 17, by the way.
Yeah. What a
2021 to 2022 school year. The following year, he would also apply as a volunteer for the school's wrestling team, possibly repeating his predatory process. Richland School District claims they were unaware of his previous investigations. After the allegations became public due to his actions mentioned at the beginning of this video and subsequent arrest in February of 2024, Richland School District voiced frustrations with Yakima District as they allegedly sent recommendations to hire Elias. Richland was also frustrated with their failed background checks and other various processes for employment, which allegedly included fingerprinting and criminal background checks. They are quoted saying, "It is the expectation for individuals individuals who apply for employment with RSD to be forthcoming and truthful in their applications. Before her death, his wife requested a protection order and cited that she was unaware of her ex-husband's abusive relationship with the teenage girl. She also voiced concerns about his harassing behavior. News reports say she often mentioned that Huizar was not of sound mind, had told her he hears voices, that he was short-tempered and was controlling of her actions. In a request for a restraining order his ex-wife made to officials months before her death, she shared her 5- and 8-year-old sons, told her Elias had them take care of the baby he shared between himself and his teen victim. Her sons told her that Elias would get violent with and hit the 17-year-old victim while she cried. He and the teen victim also performed certain inappropriate acts without any regard if his sons were present or watching. She handwrote a section detailing that Elias was diagnosed with PTSD, major depressive disorder, insomnia, alcohol use disorder, and unspecified personality disorder. She writes that he would cause harm to her children and herself. In another section, after she noted he made bail, she added that he was a flight risk and recalled a time when he took her children for a period of 3 weeks in 2021. The restraining order was issued, and Elias was barred from owning firearms or coming anywhere near his ex-wife or his toddler children. But that legal restriction wouldn't stop him from pursuing more horrific crimes, leading to the events in this video to unfold after he was let out on bail. Captain Kyle Kennedy with the Oregon State Police held a press conference shortly after the chase took place. A journalist mentioned that a lot of troopers have families and asked, "How do emotions like that play into a situation like this?"
Yeah, well, I'll just say the troopers who are involved in this are still processing this. Even for me to go down and get to see my coworkers and people I'm very proud of and just pass them in the hallway real quick and just have the, hey, are you good? And yeah, and then you go to work. So the processing of these events is significant. However, I'm thankful for the investment that the state police is putting into the welfare and resiliency of our troopers, and they're currently there providing resources for them now. So all this is coming together is the way we would like it to, and our hope is that we can continue to support them. So that concludes this for the evening. Thank you.
Yeah. So that story was heart-wrenching, right?
I'm glad the kid is okay.
An officer
I'm
with the
also glad that guy is not.
Is not okay. Is not okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Paracord Princess, for the birthday gift. We are giving the dogs treats, even though you said it's a treat for me. I mean, I have eaten one of these milk bones before. They're not that bad. Waffle Salter knows he paid for it. Here you go. There's one for you. There's one for you. Thank you, Paracord Princess. I appreciate you. She says, she says, happy birthday. Give yourself a treat, not a doggy treat, a birthday girl treat from someone older than you. And she says she is 62. You don't look a day over 23. So, real quick. And I have one, I said that this was the last long video that I have, but I have 2 more little short videos if you want to stick around.
Yeah, I'm good.
But before we do that, I have to tell you guys about this website called CatieSaid.com.
I've never heard of it. Tell us all about it.
Where? I don't know. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, CatieSaid.com. It's a website you can go to, and I have merchandise on there. The featured collection right now is the Patriot Jam collection, which it shouldn't still be, but I'm lazy and didn't change it. So I think KFAR is scheduled to be featured collection next. So we'll get him up there either tonight or tomorrow. But you can also get the KDZ merchandise, the Iggy Normus Jr. merchandise, the KFAR merchandise, Sunset Saints, and of course the Patriot Jam. And the one that I really want to point out is the Christ is King merchandise, because every single penny raised when purchasing either one of these mugs or t-shirts goes to onemorechild.org to provide Christ-centered services to vulnerable children and struggling families. If you don't want a t-shirt, you can find their links directly in my channel descriptions, and I think it's in every single video and stuff like that. So if you're feeling generous, please donate directly to any of the charities that I have listed. They're all charities that I personally support, and just go directly to them and give money. Let me know if you do, and I'll give you a shout out. for sure. I appreciate I appreciate charity. And like I said, you can get KFAR stuff, you can get Steven stuff. I'm sorry, Iggy Jr. stuff. And Xena even has some merchandise up here. If you want a True Crime with Xena t-shirt, they're here as well. True Crime with Xena featuring Katie said, because we all know you're not here to see me, you're here to see her. And I'm just along for the ride. All right.
Is there many such cases shirt on there yet?
I have not made one yet, so there's not one.
Okay, that's cool.
I guess
I like that shirt.
Oh, that okay. So I did one that says that says many such cases on the back because we say that a lot. Yeah. I'm gonna do a new logo and put it on. Okay. That was just a special thing that I did for you.
Special one
for you, me, and Erica are the only 3 people in the world that have that t-shirt.
In the world,
it's like exclusive merchandise. But I will definitely make some merchandise for the new Many Such Cases show, which will be happening once a month. Did we do it in August already, or do we need to do one for August? We did one in August.
We did.
So it'll be like the first week of September, right? I have to look. We'll look at the calendar. We'll let you know. We need to do another game night too. All right. So here's why you don't plot to murder your husband. Oh, this is another long video, isn't it?
I can't see how long it is.
It's 19 minutes. I have no idea what this is. Somebody must have sent it to me.
I may have to, if
we'll save this one for next time.
Okay. If my kid calls, I may have to jump off for a minute.
I have 2 shorter cases, so we'll do shorter cases right now. I've covered this one already. One more short case. Here we go. I got it. We're okay. Man dies a month after being punched over his tattoos, the headline says. Let's see what happened here.
The man is charged with murder, accused in the death of a man he allegedly punched because he didn't like his tattoos. Taylor Lumpkin taking us inside the courtroom.
I hope they tell us what the tattoo is, right?
Show them.
Yeah, let me see the tattoo. Was it like a swastika on his chest, like in that movie?
On the forehead?
Yeah.
Victim's family delivered an emotional message to the judge.
This should have never happened. This man needs to pay at the fullest extent of the law.
Tearful pleas for justice heard inside this Waukesha County courtroom as the family of 39-year-old Joshua Davies came face to face with his alleged killer.
Okay, so here's why it's always Wisconsin, and it's a lot of times La Crosse, Wisconsin. First of all, Wisconsin is the new Florida. I need to have Steven write a new song for me because Florida man's not cutting it anymore.
It really is.
But because of the laws in place, they release body cam footage way more often, and there's way more coverage. It's everywhere, but there's way more coverage coming out from Wisconsin, and it's a lot of times La Crosse, Wisconsin, because there are 3 college campuses in that one small town. So there's a lot of drunk people in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Like, it's a lot of drunk college kids, especially during the school year.
Okay, thanks.
Killer. For this to happen, it's just totally unacceptable.
According to this amended criminal complaint, Josh and his wife had gone on a date to Tabby's Lake Country Wine Bar last month when 64-year-old Kevin Seymour confronted Josh about his tattoos.
There was nothing provoked in this. He was simply on a double date night with his wife, minding his own business, when somebody decided that they didn't like the way he looked.
The complaint goes on to say that the couple decided
He didn't even look. Let me pull his picture back up.
No, that's what he looked like a normal dude.
Yeah. He looks like it's not like he has face tattoos or anything. He has tattoos on his arms. And I mean, I don't see a giant swastika or Nazi symbol. I guess that's the same thing. It's just said it. I said the same thing.
No neck tattoos, no face tattoos.
About his tattoos.
There was nothing provoked in this. He was simply on a double date night with his wife, minding his own business, when somebody decided that they didn't like the way he looked.
The complaint goes on to say that the couple decided to leave in an effort to ease the situation, but Seymour followed them and proceeded to punch Josh outside the bar.
Mr. Seymour struck the victim in the head with such force that he immediately lost consciousness, fell to the ground, and struck his head further, which is what caused the significant head injury. Sadly, the victim passed away earlier this week as a direct result of the injuries he suffered.
Following Josh's death Wednesday, Seymour, who was initially charged with aggravated battery on June 19th, has since been charged with second-degree reckless homicide. His bail now set at $100,000.
We have mixed emotions. We are grateful that the gentleman that made bad choices and took a life that should never have been taken, is in custody. But we remain quite concerned that it took so long, that the bail is so low.
He doesn't have a voice. We're fighting for him now. If convicted of those charges, Seymour could face more than 30 years behind bars. Reporting in Heartland, Taylor Lumpkin, TMJ4 News.
Like, that's horrible. And that's just, I want to remind everybody, your temper can get you into all sorts of trouble because
nuts.
This guy got punched once, and I don't know why you're that big. I'm sorry about that. My bad. So if you get into a fight at a bar or whatever, and you lose your temper and you punch somebody one time, you could be going to jail for the rest of your life. So just remember that when you think you want to lose your temper. Yeah, it is crazy. There are people in Rumble right now, and I had Rumble turned off because if you realize at the beginning of the stream, I was getting the circle of death. So I had to turn off Rumble. But I want to say hello to Smith W. and the Claw is over there. And somebody named Best Tomato Sauce thinks that you and I are bad people. So
why are we bad?
You're watching the worst day of people's lives for entertainment. It's kind of sick. It's not funny. It's horrible. And apparently we said to kill yourself, and we're laughing, but no, neither of us said that.
Saying that.
I just wasn't sad I wasn't sad that one dude did kill himself because of what an awful person he was.
Correct.
So I don't think they'll be subscribing or buying a t-shirt is all I'm saying.
I think we'll be all right.
So hello to the 10 people watching over there on Rumble. I guess that's it. That's the show. Let me just make sure there's never anybody on Twitch. So, Twitch chat shows up over here. So I'll be able to see it. It's Rumble. I always have to check Rumble because I feel bad for neglecting you guys over there, but my computer sucks. So my bad. Anyway, thanks for coming to my birthday stream number 2.
You're welcome.
I will talk to you later. I'm going to kick you out of the show and I'm going to do my closing.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Okay, it's just us now. She's gone. We can talk about her. Number 2 and I are going to schedule a many such cases for probably the first weekend, maybe the 2nd of September. So you definitely check her out again there. Coming up next week, we're going to talk about Ronnie O'Neal. Do you guys remember Ronnie O'Neal? I never reacted to the Ronnie O'Neal trial coverage, but it recently popped up in my recommendeds and I watched some of that. This is a gentleman similar to Darrell Brooks who represented himself in court, and it's even more hilarious than Darrell Brooks. Obviously, we're not going to watch the whole trial, but I'll pick out like his opening or closing statements or whatever. It's a very sad case. Ronnie O'Neal ended up, he killed his wife. I think it was his wife or girlfriend, the mother of his children, and one of his children, and the other child had to testify against his own father. It was extremely sad, but there are some bright spots of it, and him representing himself is just hilarious. So we'll go over that next week. We will see you there. And I cannot play your voicemail, the dude. I'm sorry. I cannot, but I will listen to it. It's just that I never check my voicemail. So 18 voicemails from other things I would have to get through in order to play it. I probably have 30 unlistened to voicemails in my queue right now. My bad. We'll see you guys next time. I might do a stream this week, just an in-between stream, because I have some other stuff that I want to cover. We'll see what night works best. It'll just be a surprise stream that you won't. I'll just probably create the stream 30 minutes before I go live. Hopefully some of you can be here. I don't know what day. We'll see you then. Bye, guys.
First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man, Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Won't you so loco? Show off your photos, throw out your Twinkies, throw up your ho-hos, tuck in them pinkies. Them shits a no-no. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Brought to my attention by the man with the mojo. My 8 subscriber, I'm a bagoso. Jump in them sinkies and dump them mimosos. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Looking for new thrills, needed a new track of land. I used to dig The Simpsons, man. Bumping Biggie, Pop, Smash Mouth, and Simple Plan. No scrubs for the crease in my pimples, damn. From the south streets of southeast Michigan, hitting shuffle till I settled on a different jam. And when a dime won't do, a better nickel can. And let me tell you, when I used to dig them Simpsons, man. A funny thing about time, you can't get it back. A tight grip, but it rips the jacket. Slight lisp with a mix of traffic. You see about me, like Mr. Glass. Always wished I was a whiz at graphics. Take me back to the past where the hits were massive. You could hear Gladys Knight and the Pips on plastic. Misfit molasses. Delete my contacts just so I can stick to glasses. Feel that skipped out, so I miss the classics. Aristotle of the bottle, Seneca of the sinful action, senator of the simple maxim. I swear for a skillful Saxon, I'm still relaxing. Who wanna take a dip in the mind sauce, making up for the time lost, forgetting all my past was when I sign off. Prime bribe, prime rib, Agent Smith, prime boss, popping red pills till my mind's off, mind's off. First Florida man, first Florida man, Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Won't you so loco? Show off your photos, throw out your Twinkies, throw up your ho-hos, tuck in them pinkies. Them shits a no-no. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Brought to my attention by the man with the mojo. My 8 subscriber, I'm a bagoso. Jump in them sinkies and dump them mimosos. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Threw up that blue pill, moved to a new track. I slew the foothills of that voodoo sap. Micro beach tape decks, I'll sift through that, cause I'll do anything to get the old Simpsons back. Give me the news that make my mood react. I'll swim through the sewer just to make it to the truth intact. And you can shine up that voodoo with new shellac. I'll still do anything to get the old Simpsons back. Imagine thinking Karl Marx is new school Klingon like Huzu. They welcome the ways they can bring on the boots, dude. Declare a major, they get paid to pollute you. Self-ashamed neighbors never gaze when they scoop you. I wonder how we fight it. The 6th step is never enter in my tent uninvited. The 5th step is produce, no skills is no use. 4th step community preference is unity. 3rd step is nation, it's somewhat location, mostly relations, that's the situation. Next step family, patriarchal sanity. Safe under the canopy, ain't a place for anarchy. 1st step I just got to say it, no showboat. Step back and soak up the logos. First Florida man, Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Won't you so logos? Show off your photos, throw out them Twinkies, throw up your ho-hos, tuck in them pinkies. Them shits a no-no. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Brought to my attention by the man with the mojo. My 8 subscriber, I'm a bagoso. Jump in them sinkies and dump them mimosas. The first Florida man was Hernando. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man